My name is only RSU and comms, and right now we are looking to commentate a really good match right now, RSU.
Absolutely. This is the fifth match of Yanni and Liam, the Chao Kindergarten team, against the sixth match of
Right,
Divu and
so
Seahawks.
exactly the seventh match or something. So let's go ahead and take a few notes here on the RSU. These are two very high stakes match for two very different reasons. On one hand, you have Chao Kindergarten really learning a lot from their past matches, trying to eke out one win here. On the other hand, we also have ThaBesStage right now getting that first win. And if they lose any more matches, they're not going to be in contention for the top 6 finish for the Bingo League finals. So, what do you think about that? What are you thinking about these guys' chances here?
I think it's gonna be a tough one, because both of them have been learning very fast since they started doing bingo races for the league. Like, to be fair, Seahawks and Divu especially, I think they are way better at bingo in general since their first matches.
Right. Yeah, they've absolutely propelled themselves into like being very solid runners. Meanwhile, Yanni and Liam, let's go ahead and talk about them for a little bit, Yarasu, because this sport in particular is very, very Chao centric. And as we know, it's called the Chao Kindergarten for a reason. We got beginner Chao karate emblem and unlock Chao Garden for every character non-team combined. So somebody somewhere is going to have to go for that goal at some point. So this is going to be really interesting, Yarasu. What do you think about these early game goals?
I don't know. The early game, to be fair, as you said, the board is very Chao centered, and there's also, in addition to that, a few Chao boxes in stages like Radical Highway, Sea Escape, White Jungle. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like Yanni and Liam can take advantage of the Chao, but let's hope that they don't put the emphasis on that too much, today deserve.
Right, they gotta play really solid, get this. So here's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see wait a second. Why? For some reason I thought I saw 3 cityscapes. Anyways, we're gonna see, we're not gonna see cityscape skip here. Liam does not get the Leapmar jump. Because we're gonna get these 2 Chao boxes, and there's a lot of early goals in Hero Story, so Yanni's really gonna be going for that moving forward here.
To be fair, it would also be a strat. As you said, there are a lot of early goals, so maybe the strat would be to try Sea Escape, and if it works, just forget about the Chao box and go get the advantage in the story. So we'll see. It looks like Yanni's gonna
going for
skip.
Okay.
Yo! And Seahawks get the skip. Let's go.
Okay, so this, I don't know how this is gonna go now. So Seahawks is gonna have a really good lead, and I think this is a really good plan moving forward. I don't think Seahawks is concerned about these Chao goals at all. It's just trying to get ahead right now. It's actually a really smart plan, Yarasu.
Yeah, and I think Seahawks realized it as well, but to be fair, right now it's a free goal for Yanni and Liam's team for now, but yeah, maybe the future won't be so kind for them and will be in favor of Seahawks and Divu.
And it's really going to depend on what happens in the Dark story as well, because Seahawks is going to have a pretty good lead going into this. Seahawks is also going to know exactly where Yanni is, but if Liam can get ahead in Dark story and outplay Divu, it could be one person's ahead in story. That's pretty cool.
True. I'm also curious about if any of our runners are gonna go for the 100 rings in Dry Lagoon.
That's the next goal.
Because this one is gonna be pretty long, and I don't know, maybe again some strats about I tried to get the story lead instead of getting the early goals and stuff like that can happen. But we'll see.
Uh-oh. Seahawks messes up the boss.
Ooh.
Not the best. Yanni is still behind by a good margin here. Only losing like a few seconds here and there, maybe like 10 seconds or so. Actually, a lot less than that, so not bad. All right, well, that's already a disparity right now. If Yanni has a clean boss fight right here, that could be big, especially with the Wild Canyon RNG Yarasu.
It's true. It's not to forget that Wild Canyon can be very unilateral.
Exactly. Meanwhile, getting a pretty good piece here. This could lead to Sandpit or something. Yeah,
6
okay.
kilos, not the best.
All right, so Divu, both Dark Runners getting... actually, Divu gets a really good piece. Divu, are you just going to take this and run? What are you going to do? On the head, this is really good. Meanwhile, Liam is having trouble finding his piece.
Oh,
no,
like
Liam is definitely going for these rings right now.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea at all. And here's what I think is happening. Divu is taking this to the bank right now.
Oh.
Getting Oasis jail, if he can get a quick clip, this could be huge, but if not...
Oh, no. Oh, let's go. He gets out.
No, Liam gets hit. I was so worried about that, by the way.
This enemy can be very annoying. And Yanni getting an 18 Wild Canyon, by the way. Let's go.
Yanni's really catching up right now. So here's the thing about... I think we're seeing bingo nerves right now. What do I mean by that? Instead of just death stratting on that robot, Liam has to get his piece all over again, and that's putting him even farther behind. Although, on the other hand, right, like, this is a really bad set from Divu, so... kind of seeing faltering from both runners right now.
So it looks like the best stage team chose to like skip the few very long early in the story goals in favor of the story advantage. Meanwhile, so yeah, the Chao Kindergarten team is gonna get an advantage of 2 goals so far. This early in the story. This is gonna be interesting.
Right.
It's gonna turn out.
Like a pretty good silver lining right now. Well, hold on. First of all, let's see if Divu can get sandwalking. This has been his kryptonite as far. I don't even think that's gonna hit. It does. Okay, first try. Beneath the stone-faced apartments. Okay, Divu is about to get the spring. 100 rings. Okay, so I think Liam's really gonna have to get sandwalking or something. Meanwhile, there is the green shield going on right here, so that's gonna be another goal. Well, that's gonna be a goal on the board for the best stage Yarasu. Liam gets hit. That is completely disastrous. Liam is so behind and didn't even get the goal.
This is pretty sad.
Right, and I mean, for that piece in particular, there is a way to get that piece without how do I say this? Without like actually touching the weight. You can get it from on top actually. And that would have been super safe. I wonder if Liam knew that. Meanwhile, we got a silver lining, right? Anything can happen, and Seahawks is really just about tied up with Yanni right now. And they are tied up with goals, so... yeah. Thing is, Yarasu, like, if I'm Liam, like, I don't see any goals checked off, particularly Radical Highway yet, so I'm kind of hoping that something disastrous happened on Divu's end, which kind of true with that Oasis jail, right?
Yeah, there's not much Liam can do right now. I mean, all he can do is hope right now and just play through the story and focus on not making any mistake. What is the next story goal so far, by the way?
So it's Radical Highway. Well, a couple things, right?
Control boxes.
It's Radical Highway, and they can do a couple of things right now. They can do. There are a lot of Radical Highway goals. There are 3 of them on the board, so that's a bit of a gold mine if Liam can just get there. Liam is opting to get this Chao box, which is pretty interesting. But it's not going to really lose time, to be honest. Actually, is it going to lose time? Okay, makes a jump. Yeah, Yanni is falling behind here in this stage right now, Metal Harbor, and it's going to be pretty tough to catch up to Liam in Metal Harbor in Radical Highway for sure. Taking the slow route does Yanni.
Red Honda 2 from the it's his stage again.
Yeah, it's a pretty good stage. Pretty good stage. I agree. Meanwhile, Liam, are you gonna go for Melter's jump? You're already behind. All right.
Ooh.
And this. Right, that was a close one, and this is gonna be second cycle. Meanwhile, Yanni is losing more and more time to Seahawks. Not looking good on how Kindergarten's end when it looked so good at the beginning.
I just realized, but none of the teams opted to go for the Chao Garden unlocks early on. So yeah, maybe we'll have to wait a little bit before we can see some Chao action.
Gap jump, Divu. Get every time.
Divu, it's the best stage. It's why they're named this way.
Can you imagine a sub 150 with 2 Chao boxes? So I've lived to see the day. My life is complete. So officially, the best stage is ahead right now. Meanwhile, Liam.
Oh, Liam is in Chao actually.
I was about to say. So I wondered, because here's the thing, right? Liam could legitimately go into Hero Story at this point, but you know what? This is actually a pretty smart play. Like, Liam just got so trolled by this right now.
He dedicated so much time to this goal and didn't even get it, so... I don't know. I can see the frustration of just wanting to get the goal. I don't know if it's gonna work that well, but yeah.
Right.
Should be able to get this goal without any big trouble, though. Or at least, like, Devo is not gonna contest this, I don't think.
Yeah, this is probably the farthest thing from Devo's mind. The only thing I will say on getting... Hold on. Getting Wings Can't Fly collects it last, but behind the water plant... Oh wow, Yanni's a good 20 odd seconds behind Seahawks. Yeah, and the bad news is Liam is probably going to have to go back and get some more rings in the main area. It's under a chin. There's no more rings here, so this is an extra life capsule. Devu, where are you going? Wrong place.
Was it?
Going to Dark Chao instead of Dark Sonic, but water on the bridge. You gotta get more rings here, and if anything,
I don't know where are the other left ring capsules. Did he get the one that's at the top?
He's gotta go all the way up. Meanwhile, it should be noted that both hero runners are not indeed going for wall run. Yeah, so the lead's not going to change or anything. Seahawks is still very much in the driver's seat. If there's no major mistakes going on right now. I mean, this is kind of a good... think about it, right? This is kind of a good play from Liam's end, because Devu could think you're still in Dry Lagoon. I don't know why Liam would think that, but it's certainly a possibility. But Liam, do you go in a hero story or do you pull a Melters? I'm so interested. Now, I will say, so check this out. Yanni does get a better time than Seahawks does in this stage, so that is good. Meanwhile, we're going to see Radical Highway to get this Chao box goal. That's just going to put him farther and farther behind, though.
Especially since the 2 Chao boxes in Radical Highway was already taken by Devu, so like it's just committing to grabbing the Chao key and spending a little more time in the Chao Garden. It looks like he's gonna skip the first one. I don't know if he has another Chao box in mind or if he's just
I mean,
for it.
I wonder if he's not even gonna go for it, right? Because what if he's saving it for like the end game or something? Because he already technically has a lead. Probably doesn't think he's gonna be contested here. Meanwhile, RNG is gonna be dependent here. Scarecrow protecting a Tainer. King of the Hill
King of
is
the
not a
Hill.
good piece. Well, not the worst from here or anything, but this may give a good opportunity for Yanni to get back into the game here. I mean, oh, getting 3 Scarecrow
Ooh.
brothers, that you don't see that every day, especially story style. Not going to be that much faster, but he still takes that, right? Oh wow. That's a
Now
big
they're
that's
basically tied.
yeah, that's a bit of a swing. So what are we looking at? We can go for Pumpkin Hill M2 ideally, but there's also there's not a lot of whole. You got Tails Mystic Melody coming up as the next linear goal, I believe. So
Yeah, but that's 4 stages apart from
that,
where they are. I don't know if the plan would be to go get that and then exit out afterwards, but
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, right? Because
Ooh.
Yanni's definitely exiting out. This goes for the Pumpkin Hill M2 real quick. That's really good for Seahawks because this would only be good if Seahawks was going for that as well, right? But he's not. Hmm. Meanwhile, Liam is at the end here. I really think Liam is going to try to scoop up. Is going to scoop up a couple of goals, perhaps at headquarters M2, and also maybe go for the Chao for every character as well. But Devu is exiting out. Okay, this is really.
Dry Lagoon M2. What is the Dry Lagoon goal again? Oh, maybe he's just... No, okay. He's at the headquarters.
Going to headquarters, yeah. Perhaps went to the wrong one, but here's the thing. This is really crucial, and I love this play from Devu. Like Devu has learned so much because what this does is lock Liam out of a goal when he's already this far behind. So now Liam is kind of shoehorned into going into the story and is behind at the same time, right, Yarasu?
Yeah, and there's not much story goals yet in Dark Story.
There are, yeah, like there's 2 chat boxes in White Jungle, but it's pretty far away for both runners, really. So you're absolutely right about that one. Meanwhile, Seahawks is going over here. Let's see what Yanni's going for. Yanni's going for what? Metal Harbor. Metal Harbor M2, so that's a really quick grab. Almost done with it right now. This is really back and forth more than I thought it would be. The only thing is, I mean, I think what's gonna make a huge difference is Seahawks is just so far ahead in story right now. They just have so much story progress. Because it's gonna be a goal for a goal here.
It's true, and it's also pretty sad because Yanni was able to... Well, it's pretty sad depending on how you see it, but Yanni was able to catch on Seahawks in the story, even though he got sea escape and all that stuff after Pumpkin Hill. But yeah, looks like he threw that away to exiting out, so we'll see how it plays.
So, like, I hate to say this, but I really think that I honestly, earnestly believe that Liam is going for Chao, like right now.
Do you
Which,
think so?
I mean,
Like, which
if
Chao?
Liam,
Do you mean the beginner Chao karate or the Chao
both.
garden for every character?
Like, I even think both. And like, if you want to have a chance at winning, you don't do that, right? But I think Liam is just backed in so much of a corner right now. It may just be the best option. He may think it may be the best option, I should say, but I don't know. It's a bit of a toss up. Meanwhile, the Seahawks is like a whole stage ahead right now. Yanni could ideally get zero cycle because Seahawks missed it.
So this is the space colony arc.
Ooh, but looks like Seahawks energy was pretty good. 27 according mine.
Yeah, that's really good.
That's gonna go.
Yeah, missing zero cycle here. Yanni has to play really tight, and I don't think he could. I don't think they can make it. only thing that I can think of now that is good is that Liam, I think, is gonna be pretty tied up in story progress, right? Don't you think? Like after this. So
Liam?
yeah.
I think
Like
so.
Divu,
Yeah, I think Divu didn't play Weapons Bed, right?
yeah, Divu got exiled to Lost Colony. Divu also dies like in the middle of this M3 as well without a checkpoint, so that's another thing. Seahawks is gonna get another game over here as well, so that's another goal. We're tied up, and like it's surprised that we're tied up, right? Because it doesn't seem like it. It seems like we know that the best stage has a lot of story progress, so it's kind of misleading. Hmm. Yeah, this is kind of weird. I mean,
I wonder who's gonna get this Sand Ocean M3 goal. It should be pretty quick, I think. But
yeah, that should be
depends.
really
Both got the
booster.
yeah, so they can go for it anytime they want. But I don't know.
What I'm wondering, like you're absolutely right.
No.
Divu dies again. This is very uncharacteristic from Divu. I'm sure he's not happy about this. Do you think we're going to see a Steven Davis here and saving Radical Highway M5 for later?
Oh, there is a Radical Highway M5 goal.
Yeah, there are a lot of goals on here. It's gonna pull them into the lead actually. So
Maybe I'm sure Devo is aware of the Stephen Davis threat, and
you know
I'm
what?
sure he enjoys Stephen Davis enough.
Yeah, I think we're all Steven Davis enjoyers, but do you think that he's gonna go into Sand Ocean right now though? No,
Looks
no,
like he's not, yeah.
Divu is committing, and to be honest with you, like
he can steal Stephen Davis after M4 actually, since there's M3, M4, and M5 for Radical Highway.
what? There's M4 and M5?
Yeah, there is, in
What?
bottom left corner.
Oh wow.
Yush!
Oh wait a second, no, I'm not seeing that correctly. I thought there was Radical Highway M5, but there's
That
not.
was too close.
Yeah, this is a really
Oh,
smart decision, actually.
okay, right.
That was my bad. I think I'm thinking of Lost Colony M5, and like we're gonna see that goal, right?
Alright, that's fine.
To be
Then
honest with
Stephen
you,
Davis is officially dead.
yeah, to be honest with you, I think Lost Colony M5 would be better than Chao.
Um,
Like right now for Liam. Like I unironically think that would be faster.
I don't know. It depends. I know that I'm personally very bad at like grabbing points and stuff like
Right.
that. So I don't know how Liam feels about it. Because he definitely feels
No.
way better about doing Chao than doing Lost Colony, right? You know.
Right, and I agree with that a lot. It should be noted. I mean, it's not A rank. You just have to get like. Here's the thing, right? Liam did get the upgrade, so I'm sure that's on his mind, of course. But
True.
here's the good news, right? If Liam goes linearly, he can get 2 Chao boxes in White Jungle, and once he sees Radical Highway M4, he can either go for Sand Ocean M3 or something else, basically. But he has the story advantage right now, and I think he knows it. Liam, are you gonna make it? Oh, that was really close.
Oh, the vertex. I hate this vertex.
We all hate the vertexes. Meanwhile, this is a 6-4 advantage. Yonomatics and the team are really keeping it really close, but yeah, this is 6-4 right now. Now here we have to take a look at this. There is a clip to get into the Mystic Melody room early, but one, you have to know how to do it, and two, like it is
You can
consistent,
die
but
pretty easily.
yeah, you must know. You have to actually grind it, right? You have to know what you're doing, and this is going to be a skill check from Seahawks. Have you been grinding this out? Because if you haven't, this might just lose you a ton of time. Oh, meanwhile, Devu is going into weapons bed, by the way. And this is... Oh, I just realized something. Liam can actually get weapons bed M3, Sand Ocean M3, like a couple of different goals, in addition to Lost Colony, so it's a bit of a game of whack-a-mole, isn't it?
That was too close.
Do you think he's gonna go? Oh, wait a second. No, we're bailing out. Well, you can still do it from here, actually, so... Okay, so you got to go to the beginning here, Seahawks. You got to go to the beginning of the room, not to the middle. That's a trick. If you go to the middle, you're probably gonna die.
Oh, this is scary. Is it dead?
Nope, 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 nope. You had to go to the middle. Now, here's the thing. Seahawks has a lot of tries at this, but it's gonna be more and more costly. Yanni is almost caught up right now. And by the way, Liam? Is Liam? Yeah, Liam's in M2 right now.
You see? No, I don't think so. If he was, he would have taken the rings at the start, wouldn't?
No. He finished the stage. He's in M2.
All right.
Again, taking an interesting ring route. This is really bad. Like this could swing it, but I mean, yeah. See that?
Okay, right. Yeah.
He's getting the rings now, but I mean. By the way, Seahawks dies again, so we're seeing spaghetti on both teams' ends. Yanni, can you pull this off? Or Seahawks dies again!
Oh my god, Seahawks is not gonna be happy with that.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like, there's not a lot of linear goals for Dark anymore, right? Liam dies again! Now, here's the thing, like, Liam has enough rings, so at least he gets a checkpoint, but I mean... Oh, the Weapons Bed is not a stage you think of to lose a lot of time for Dark Runners, but it certainly doesn't take any prisoners, Yarasu. Like, even this, right? Like, you're not used to breaking those boxes, so it's like, what do I do here? Oh my god. Right?
Yeah, it's true. Like, not being able to break enough boxes for you to fit in can be a pretty big source of death.
Okay, so come on, all eyes are on him. Oh my god, oh my god. Seahawks dies again. Meanwhile, Yanni dies! That was a good camera, though.
Oh no, he has no checkpoint. He's back all the way at the start. No.
Well, here's the crucial part about it. Seahawks has 1 life left. Meanwhile, Yanni has way more than that.
Oh my god. It's really gonna be... Oh, Liam, no!
Liam dies again?
What is this?
He doesn't have enough rings.
This is... Oh, the best.
We got Lonely Door. Alright, this is the rare Lonely Door check. Oh my god. Okay, Seahawks, you gotta go to the beginning of the room here. I think he knows. This is looking good. This is looking really good.
Go.
Okay,
alright.
So here's
Seahawks
the good news,
finally
right?
get it.
Here's the good news. Yanni's down and waits in the upgrade, I guess. But, Yanni will be, like, pretty even here. All things considered, right? So it's not the worst. In fact, Yanni's going to be squarely ahead right now. So, not bad at all.
But now the gap in goals is starting to
get big.
Yeah.
Like, Liam could have gone this M3 by now, but just didn't. I think a lot of this is just spaghetti on the side of Liam, especially during that dry lagoon. Things could have gone so much differently, but I guess the cards weren't in play right now. And here's the thing about this mission, right? You get 100 rings anyway from just playing the level like how you normally do. You don't have to necessarily go for all of these. I think 2 extra lives there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Yanni is going to be ahead, and the worst news is, I mean, unless you're going to Eternal Engine M1 with 100 rings, like, and God bless you if you do, you probably want to exit out for missions, particularly Pyramid Cave right now. Do you think that's what Yanni's going for?
I think Yanni maybe he realizes that he's not so far behind Seahawks, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe... There is Eternal Engine with 100+ rings, and even if it's very long, there's also Final Rush with 100+ rings.
Right,
so
but
that's 2 big story goals. Maybe they're just gonna race in the story, you know?
Liam, these boxes are evil, I'm telling you.
Yeah, just go around.
Just go around the boxes.
You know how to do it.
I know, like it's such a faux pas, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, like you think like because you have the thing, you should probably do it. And look at this sync from the hero runners, by the way. Oh my goodness, is this a hero story race right now, Yarasu? I think it may be. Wait a second,
so,
Liam, where are you going? Liam, where are you going? Oh no, Liam, where are you going? Liam,
Oh yeah, it's M3, right?
Liam,
You see?
Liam, Liam. I think there are invisible walls all around here. I don't think you can get from here now.
Oh no, does he not know about the IR strat or like the mystical
Yeah,
event strat?
you've like. I think Liam. This is. I don't think you can get it now.
Yeah.
I actually don't think you can get it now.
I mean, was it tight? Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Clutch. Liam's clutch. All right. So it's not looking so bad right now. It's 5-7. And I say that. Let's you get snake skip. All right, get in snake skip, no problem. Very consistent. Don't know what anyone's talking about. Yanni's gonna have a lead here, actually, going into Pyramid Cave. Do you think he's gonna exit out? What are you thinking?
For Pyramid Cave, I don't know. As I said, maybe he knows that he's going faster than Seahawks right now, because like other than for CE Skip, pretty much all of his story levels have been faster than Seahawks, or about the same, so I don't know, maybe he realizes that he can just grind his story and there's nothing Seahawks could do about that. And also,
Yeah.
Pyramid Cave M5 is such a big commitment, like it takes so long to get all the 5 missions.
True. Yeah, that is a really long.
Patrol! Bugs on Patrol by Yanimatics. Let's go. Sting Bug.
All right, Yanni, the checks are in. Yanni, if you don't do your checks, I'm not gonna give you a check. You're going home without a paycheck. Come on. Let's see
True.
some checks right now. Okay, yep, getting the route. Liam, you gotta get the checkpoint. There you go. Just barely missing out. Yanni oh my god, this is really good. What the heck? Okay, but here's the thing though. Yanni, Seahawks is going for Pyramid Cave. So what does this mean? What does this mean? So it's already 9. They already have 9 goals on the board. This is gonna be a 10th. Wait, why is Divu going into weapons bet? So here's what's happening, right? So Seahawks is gonna get 2 goals.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's going for the cannon, I guess. For Ocean M3?
No. He's going to Lost Colony. So and
yeah.
that kind of guarantees the win, I think, because like they're not going into any of these really.
Well, they still need 5 goals. That's quite a lot, to be fair.
4. They need 1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 5,
They need
6,
13
7, 8.
wins.
Oh, you're right. For some reason I thought they had 9, but okay. Yeah, this makes sense now. But you know what's crazy though? Like Cosmic Wall M2 is on the board, and I think it may be a race for that for our Dark Runners.
Oh my god, is Liam really doing this deep backward strat for Sand Ocean? This is so scary. You have to do this blind, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
I got some
Right
bad
foot
news for you,
carry.
by the way. Yanni is also in Pyramid Cave.
Oh, this is indeed really bad news for Yanni. This is a very weird decision, right? Because
Right.
he already did Death Chamber. He was just guaranteed to be ahead. Well, maybe not actually, but like he was doing pretty well. Like if you wanted to go get Pyramid Cave, you could have gone for that earlier.
And
You
look
know.
at how look at how far ahead, by the way, Seahawks is. Like it's kind of good news, right? Because Yanni's gonna realize, like in a couple minutes or so, that Seahawks is already here and it's useless. But he's gonna be halfway through the stage by now.
All right.
I don't expect Yanni to really mess this up. Seahawks to mess this up.
Stage select.
Seahawks is in M3 right now, right?
Seahawks is in the middle of M3, is about to get the goal. Yanni's gonna be
Yeah.
like right there and snipe it. So unless like there's a snake skip disaster, which I don't see happening. Yeah, look at that snake skip that Yanni misses. Gets a checkpoint, so I mean, still a lot of leeway. Does the mock bounce, even though you have the bounce bracelet. Yeah, if you're Seahawks, you just skip snake skip. You know what I call this? I call this snake skip. We're going for hex skip and skip. Never mind.
It's true.
So yeah, this is really bad news, and it's kind of like Chao Kindergarten lost both coin flips, right? Because they're gonna be sniped to both of these, and there's nothing they could do about it. Like I think
no.
Yanni.
No.
Yanni.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I may have spoken too soon.
Oh.
Yanni, if you get snake skip right now.
I just hope that Seahawks knows that the wall is way higher than what it was going for right here.
Yeah, there's
Like
like a
the
huge invisible wall.
Because
Yanni gets...
if he just tries to go for it from this high, then it's never gonna work.
I think he's gonna try. He's gonna make sure he has a ton of height here, I bet. Look at this. Yeah.
Well, let's go.
Okay. And this sucks so much for Yanni because like he was right there. Yanni dies, so I mean it wouldn't have made a difference either way. Yanni, you gotta get out of there.
To be fair, a lot of things can still happen in M4 and M5, like especially M5, because people usually don't know much about M5s in this game. So I don't know how Seahawks can know.
Yeah, like this might just be the game, set, and match. Yanni had a golden opportunity, but just a little bit of execution works may have sealed their fate. Because here's the thing, on the dark end of things, like Liam is wasting a massive amount of time right now. Actually, are they? Is he? What mission is he on?
Who?
Wait, they're both on M3 actually.
Divu, yeah, definitely. Liam, no.
I think Liam's in M3.
I think so, yeah. He would have gotten a lot more ranks if he was in M2.
Well, here's the thing. We know how trolly of a mission Lost Colony M5 can potentially be. So if there's a little bit of execution quirks, we could potentially see something. The problem with that, though, is that they're going to get 10 goals. Like, if they get 10 goals right now... No, they're definitely going to get 10 goals because Seahawks is going to get Pyramid Cave M5 uncontested, but... I don't know. I don't know what they can do at this point, because... It's going to go to Cosmic Wall M2. It's going to go to Cosmic Wall M2, and let's say that Liam does get this goal, for example, somehow. Divu still has the story advantage, so it's kind of tough, right? Right, Yarasu?
Yeah, I think Divu clearly has the lead right now over Liam.
Yeah.
It's just many mistakes happen on Liam's end. It's just how it is, sadly, for Liam.
I think so too. I mean, the only thing that I can think of, we're in Lost Colony M4, if Divu like takes a risk and dies somewhere that he shouldn't die to, like this could swing the tides, but I just don't see that happening, right? This is a fairly consistent level. Yeah, look at all that height. Divu is not taking any chances, Yarasu.
Yeah, also the in M4, of course, it's very bad, so you probably want to avoid that as much as possible.
I think it's really going to come down, I mean, Divu's got to die somewhere, right? For Liam to have like any semblance of a chance, or like fall off of something or the other, right?
Yeah. I think it's really the only thing that could save Liam from getting this goal.
Yeah. So on the other side of things, Yanni has to get 100 rings here, which is easier said than done. You have to go for the M2 route, basically. Yanni, what can you show us? Do you know this route? Because if you don't, you're probably going to get hit. So yeah, pretty much one elevator behind here. I don't know, Yarsu, I've died here before. I've died to the, what have I died to? I died after this elevator, it's possible.
After it?
Yeah, I've died after this elevator.
Oh yeah, true. It's kinda possible that sometimes, like, a lot of things can happen, you know, it's just how this game is built. Like,
Now,
for example, this rocket can just mess you up and...
By the way, Yanni got hit, by the way. And I really don't think there's more rings in this level, so
Oh,
you need this goal because Seahawks isn't closing in or anything, but you need this goal regardless. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna get this these ring capsules here, but I don't Yarasu, there are not enough rings here, right?
I don't actually know. I haven't played the entirety of EE enough to say that, but it's pretty sad because he would have been able to get the rings and then go for ES right away.
Yeah, and that's definitely the play. But I mean, no. I think like he's barely gonna have enough rings, but he needs to not get hit here. That's gonna be crucial. And
Yeah, he got a shield though, so for now he's probably good unless something very bad happens.
yeah, so there's gonna be a couple of checkpoint bonuses here. Yeah, gets a 20. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this
he
is
should
good.
be good. But there are a lot of enemies, like one coming up right here that's gonna like destroy you basically.
Yeah.
Like there are people who can shoot you down here. Trust me, I know about it. Look, those guys! Oh my god! Ah! Did you see that?
Can you get hit during the upgrade cutscene?
Yes, you can. It's called
Oh
it's
my
called
god.
Sand Ocean Smile. Well, do you restart here? Because I knew he was gonna get hit. I knew they were gonna get hit. I mean,
Yeah.
let me
This
see. Is
is-
it? And by the way, it's Eternal Engine M1 specifically. And look at these guys over here. By the way, these guys are. This guy right here is just cruising for a bruising. It's so tough. Like, Seahawks, I believe, knows the route. By the way, oh my god, Divu is getting trolled right now, and they're almost tied in this mission, by the way. I just realized that. They're almost tied. Oh my god.
Are they? Wait, how
Look
did this
at
happen?
look at how close they are. This
Did you die a lot? Like, he was so far ahead. We were just too focused on Yanni's gameplay.
Yeah, Yonomatic's gameplay. Now, here's the thing, right? This is going from bad to worse because, yeah, they're about to win right now. Because
So yeah, it looks like
Divas-
Seahawks is going for CD Escape M4 right now.
Yeah,
And since Yanni doesn't seem to want to compete with this goal.
yeah,
I don't
Yanni's
know.
going. Yeah, this is about to be game, set, and match because once Seahawks gets this mission and Divu gets this mission, it's going to be 12. They can't be everywhere at once. See, Yanni's going for Cityscape.
But after that, actually... I wonder what would be
Here's
the
the thing.
plan if they get both goals. What is left? Like,
Cosmic Wellum too.
I guess so, but Yanni's so far ahead in the story, and if they do get the goals, then there's no way Yanni continues. Oh, I mean, Liam.
There's kart
continues.
racing. There's kart racing as well.
There is kart racing. This could be a good
Oh.
idea. Or like unlocking the Chao Garden, even though none of them actually started that.
Yeah, and I mean
my God,
that's
Divu.
actually a Divu. Yeah, Divu's gonna click off this goal in a second.
Wait, did he? No, he forgot about the rocket, right?
They're both trying to find the switch. Wait a second, Liam!
No, Liam is
Liam.
ahead.
Liam, wait a second! Oh my god! Who's gonna click off the goal?
Oh
Liam!
my God, it's Liam.
Oh my! Wait a second. Hold on.
This is.
Wait a minute. Wait,
How the fuck
and
did
Liam.
that
By the way,
happen?
Liam is ahead in Chao. By the way, so if it comes to that, what do you do? Like,
true.
if you're Divu, do you grind for emblems or do you go for Cosmic Wall? But
Yeah,
on
I
the other
mean,
hand,
just-
Liam, you
just go into
cannot go
story,
into
I
Chao.
think.
You cannot go into Chao. No,
Oh, he's
okay,
going into Chao.
Yeah, this is the nail. So here's the thing, right?
Oh,
Here's the thing. Liam, you gotta give it to Liam. Liam, and by the way, we got 3 runners in Cityscape, by the way. But Liam thinks that that Divu is going for Cosmic Well or something right now. Liam has no idea what just happened. We know what just happened. Liam does not. So this is like the smartest play from Liam in his lens, but we know this is the death knell, unfortunately.
but again, the best stage still needs 3 goals right now.
Yeah.
So if assuming Divu gets Cosmic Golem too, I don't know. Maybe Seahawks will get C escape M4, I guess, unless something very bad happens again. Maybe
Can you
just
imagine?
Yanni can just snipe this and be the second very close snipe from the Chao kindergarten team. This would be pretty hype actually.
Can you imagine the Ethmar pit? Ethmar pit or Frog pit?
Nah.
Can you imagine?
Happen.
But I can imagine though, right? I can imagine. Just think about it. Close your eyes.
It doesn't
picture it.
happen. It doesn't happen. There's no Isma pit. It's just you
No
don't
way.
know it, but Sonic is just sent to a more beautiful place once you fall in this pit.
Well, that's one way to think about it. But I don't know. But here's the thing, right? If you're Seahawks, like you're pretty relaxed right now. At least I would be, because like you don't got anything to worry about, basically.
I don't know. Again, he doesn't know what Yanni is going for right now. And actually, Yanni is indeed going for CD escape as well. So even if he has like, what, 30 seconds of lead,
Yeah.
a lot of things can happen. And again, dying in M4 is so brutal. Like,
By the way, wouldn't it be crazy if C skip makes a difference? Hold up. Any C skippers?
True, there's C skip as well. Yo,
Yeah.
the double C escape from Seahawks the best. Let's go.
No. Do you know about the copy pasta? Has anyone showed you that yet?
No, what copy
Alright.
pasta?
All right, Cryptic.
Yeah.
Cryptic loads up his Razor Wolverine, Razor Wolverine in front
Oh,
of the
this
kid.
one.
And and then it falls into Ethmar pit. Fails spectacularly. It doesn't happen. Oh my god. All right. Yeah,
Seahawks
this
not
is-
cryptic, and he gets the IL going in under the defense. Yeah.
This. I mean, that was a fairly impressive. I mean, it's true. You Seahawks. You know what? You know what though? Seahawks got a new controller. I don't know if you know about this.
Oh, it's true. It's probably that.
Seahawks is trying to impersonate the thing. But yeah, I mean, I would go into Eternal Engine, buddy. Oh. Like, if you don't get Eternal Engine right now, I don't know.
For who? Yanni? I think so.
Right, Yanni? And I think that's what Yanni's doing. Yanni's a bit flustered right now, and I would be as
What is-
well. But here's the thing: like,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna lose. They're gonna lose either way, I think, because. Oh, wait a second. No, Seahawks is in Death Chambers, so. So this is really funny. Funny roasted keys, by the way. But this is really funny because why is this funny? Like, Seahawks can unironically go into Chao card and just win. Or kart racing, by the way.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what?
true.
Divu can just do kart racing. That's way faster than Cosmic Ball, actually, now that I think about it. Also, shout out to the Yanni checks, I think, Seahawks is doing. Kinda epic.
Doing
Yanni.
Yanni checks against Yanni. Kind of this big brain plan.
Yeah. Just walking up slowly and doing Yanni checks is what I like to say it. Were we just talking about melee? I think so. Anyways. Does do a death... Wait, Death Strat's roasted keys? No way. It's never been done
Did he
before.
just do that? No.
Look,
Seahawks.
look, if you're Seahawks, you're vibing right now. That's all I'm gonna say.
True. To be fair, yeah. He can afford doing.
He can afford to do what he can do. He can do whatever he wants. He is a millionaire right now, but like this is, I'm gonna say it right now, this is their race to lose, so it's gonna be a little weird. By the way, it should be mentioned that Yanni is pretty close to getting this goal if he can get this ring capsule and the ring bonus, so let's see. Yeah. Wait, Yanni, go back, Yanni, wrong way, Yanni, Yanni, no,
Oh,
Yanni,
maybe
they're
he-
gonna get you.
Maybe he just doesn't know about ES. Like he doesn't know how to do it, so he has
Yeah,
to go through it through the stage anyway. I guess. So there's
come
no
on,
point in
restricted.
taking the capsule. But this
Now,
is
by the way,
scary.
this is really scary. I mean, Divu is, I don't know. Like, Divu is gonna get this cosmic wild goal at some point.
Oh my god.
Liam is gonna unlock this Chao Garden, but I mean, I don't know, Liam. Like, you're almost there and all.
Oh
Yanni,
my
I
god.
think Yanni just got hit, almost. But Yanni's got to be really careful.
He
Like,
dodged it like nope.
I
Oh my
didn't dodge that, though.
Okay.
If I'm Yanni, I'm like
Crying.
Divu Seahawks is right there. I will tell you, I don't think Seahawks knows the route either. So this just may be a shootout right now, but this is why old E skip, like, I don't know if you were around back then, Yarasu, but old E skip was so fun. Like, it's no bofa, you just kind of go for it, it works every time, nice and consistent. It's like an honor. I love that skip.
I wasn't around when it was the meta, but I was doing that when I started out, even though Bofo was already a thing.
Yeah, I love that skip, right? It's just so intuitive. But Liam has a
cool.
Chao-Key. Liam is about to get this goal, which is good. I don't know. Like, if I'm Liam, I would really like. I haven't seen a goal checked off in a long time, and I would kind of want to go for these kart racing goals. And if I'm Debu and I see that, I may want to exit out of mat space and go for the cosmic wall, and go for the kart racing goals. Don't you think?
Maybe it would be a pretty cool way to secure the win. Cosmic Wall.
Painter with no
Cosmic
opening.
Wall.
That ain't good. Yeah. By the way, this is quite the. This is an egg golem moment.
Yeah, it can be pretty worth, especially in a race.
Yanni, if I'm you, buddy, I'm looking up this video. This is a skip that you want to do. If anything, you want to get the rings here. Yeah, Yanni just does not know.
Stage select.
Oh my
Like-
god, he gets it early.
Like, this is a nightmare goal. This is a nightmare goal. I'm gonna say it. Maybe
Yeah.
controversial, but okay. So Liam, no, Liam didn't get the Chao-Key for this one.
Playing it safe. There's just so many things happening on screen. It's this bridge is so toxic when you're trying not to get hit.
This is just a toxic goal. Like, think about it. We're not even like close to halfway through the level, right? This guy just wants violence and like, oh no, Yanni. Okay, Yanni already has the upgrade. All right.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Okay.
Oh, Seahawks? Oh no, they're into Bofa. Never mind. I saw the screen and I was freaking out. But
No. Seahawks is going for Bofa to guarantee the win. That's what's happening right now. Now it's going to be pretty interesting because assuming
please stop. Oh, no,
assuming Yarasu does not get hit here, I mean, they're going to be pretty tied going in. But again, not getting hit is easier said than done.
Yeah.
Not at all. We're not nearly done yet. There's a guy over here that wants to choose Vi. Oh no, but there's another guy. There's another guy. There's another guy. There's another guy. Okay. Nah, he's not. Nah, nope. Not even close. You're not making it through this. Nope. I don't believe in the. I believe in Yanni a lot, but I don't believe this. Okay, don't get hit.
Let's go.
Don't get hit. Don't get hit. They're gonna finish at the same time, and if Yanni snipes this goal. No, it's over. It's over. It's still over because Yanni's doing. Yanni, you gotta go for the thingy. You've gotta go for kart racing right now. That's the only way you could possibly win.
No, there's still Final Rush M1, but he doesn't know that Seahawks is ahead in the story right now. Maybe he adopts it though, because like he took a very long time.
I don't know. I guess he could, but I mean, but here's the thing: like, Cosmic Wall is pretty long, right? But it's not as long as Chao. No shot. I get that Liam doesn't want to guess what Devo is going for, and that's totally fair. But this is not how you win.
Also,
Missing the free
no, okay,
piece does Yanni. Go ahead.
Stage.
No, I was just trying to. I was wondering why Divu was in the Knuckles fight, but because I thought it was after Cosmic Wall, but never mind. I'm just not thinking. Haha.
Hold on, I got a message from Kirk. What does he say?
It's very important. Please
Wants
show it up on stream.
wants a Massachusetts pack, but I can't give one right now. The only Massachusetts right now is on Devo's screen. You know what? You know what? The only thing I can think of, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, what if Liam is waiting for this goal to be clicked off, exits out of Chao, and then still beats Divu to kart racing? They're still gonna lose because Divu's just gonna grind for emblems, right?
Do you think he's going to? Oh my
Dies,
God, by the
dies,
way.
pulls a melters and dies, which is crazy.
Select.
Never been done before.
Character select.
It is a pretty tough moment. Like, I think that now ThaBesStage clearly has the advantage, but it's still possible that Chao Kindergarten can win this if they manage to snipe a few goals. And like, Yanni is already in Crazy Gadget. Like, he has the whole boss of
Lead.
fans right
So,
now. Of
so
lead,
they
yeah.
have a few, like, they have some leniency. I will tell you though, I mean, there's no way, like, there's literally no way right now that that the best stage can lose if, and this is a big if, they grind for 80 emblems. Hypothetically, if they do, if Liam like snipes all the goals, including like beginner Chow Karate emblem, for example, then we've got a race on our hands. But
To be
they've got
fair,
the emblem
yeah.
advantage, right?
It should be the plan to just grind for emblems, like just get one more goal, and I think the one that they will choose will be like Cosmical M2, and then just if they just grind for emblems, then it's a win because they're just gonna be so much ahead by the time
Yeah.
that Liam finishes Chao and Yanni finishes Final Rush M1.
Yeah. By the way, Yanni does fail CGSS twice, one time rather. This is looking pretty good with regards to distance. But are you gonna pop?
This is
That's looking good.
okay.
That's
That
looking good.
works.
Okay. Okay, so Yanni, like, we know Yanni. Oh, no, we don't know Yanni. I don't know who Yanni is anymore. The last time Yanni went for this goal,
Who the
they
fuck
went
is
for it
Yanni?
skipless, right? But Seahawks knows that the route, I believe. Oh, wait a second.
Ooh.
Wait, is it gonna make it? Oh,
No!
have you ever seen that before? What the heck
Oh.
was that? What was that?
He tried to pull off the backup strat, but he just missed the goal ring. This is very important. The camera right there can be pretty tricky to maneuver around.
Like, he like
This
landed
is...
on something, jumped on something, and just like, I've never seen that
Yeah,
before. That's weird.
you can just basically land on what is supposed to be the floor of where the goal ring is. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's pretty weird behavior. That's like you're obviously not supposed to be able to walk there with this gravity, so...
I think so too, and I mean, this is, I don't know.
But it is
Like,
definitely possible to grab the goal ring after you get onto the floor. Like, I've done this before.
oh, you have, I see. So it's gonna be weird, right? Because Yanni's gonna be collecting all of these rings and going for, I know he's gonna go for skipless, right? But, it dies, and that's a huge death. Like, if Seahawks is quite the ILer, so I think he's gonna know exactly what to do here in M1.
I hope so, even though Final Rush with 100 plus rings is not really something that you get to do very often.
Right. Getting the check does not get the checkpoint, actually. Are you gonna go down for these rings, Yonomatics? What will you do? Because... Let me see. So we have enough power. We just need a bit more run. In fact, I think we're good for run, actually. Your Chow can stand up now. Stand up like a gamer, that is. So, Devo, you're going to go for Cosmic Wall M2. This is going to be over, like, immediately, actually, now that I think about it. Like, no hypotheticals, no nothing. Because Liam is not in this kart racing, and he should be.
True.
And you know what? I bet that Devo knows that Liam's in Chow Garden. And it's so... this is not about the match, by the way, Yarsu, but it's so interesting. Like, both times, like yesterday and today, Team Chow Kindergarten sort of like didn't throw the match or anything. They're trying their hardest for sure, but they kind of did the thing by going into Chow Garden at inopportune times, sort of costing them the game in a way, right?
Yeah, I think Liam has kind of a Chao addiction, and yeah, it's
Well,
not the best thing sometimes in balls like this. Like, should have just kept this goal for way
Yeah.
later and tried to snipe every goal that he could.
Yeah, it's all about the time. Like, you can be as good as Chao as you want, but, like, if there's, like, by the way, 12 goals, it's pretty much game, set, and match with the 80 emblems goal at the very minimum, but yeah. Liam, like, if I saw that goal
Divu,
checked off, I would just...
if Divu goes into kart racing right now, it's pretty much over, I think.
Mhm. Yeah,
Except...
Divu's thinking about it, but... Again, like...
Oh, he's grinding emblem.
No.
That's a fine way
No.
to be fair.
Divu, you're gonna make me
It's
late
just-
for my Smash tournament. I can't believe you, Divu. Oh my god.
When is the Smash tournament?
It's in like 4 hours. I gotta get there. No, I'm not gonna because they're grinding for. Anyways, moving forward, this is definitely the optimal play, right? Because this guarantees the victory no matter what.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a very long time.
It's kind of weird, right? Because here's the thing. I'm gonna lay this out for you as we're looking at our runners. Yanni actually pulling ahead right now. No, actually, what's happening? Yanni is going to go for the goal. Yanni and Seahawks are going to go for that goal instead. And it's going to be a shootout between them and Seahawks. I think Seahawks is going to finish this one up, right? Just so that he has another emblem. Yeah, he realized it, but he knows that he's at the end, right?
Yeah, I think so.
This is actually, I mean, this is pretty close. And this comes down to ILs, actually, which is pretty funny. We saw a race this close yesterday, but oh man, like I think a lot of this is just like Liam, like at the beginning, just making a couple of major errors. But good news, kart racing is on deck right now. Gonna go into Shadow, and Yanni, what can we see? I know Seahawks. I'm pretty sure Seahawks IL'd this before, so. Man,
So 23, 24, so they are a little more than halfway there for the 80 emblems, I guess, assuming Seahawks goes for 80 emblems, but he should be. I don't think he wouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, please do not do Shadow 2.
No, please do Shadow 2.
No, please don't. There's gonna be credits afterwards.
Come on, we're doing all stories. Nightmare Bingo, come on.
True.
Now, by the way,
just do all stories, but
no.
They
Check
just
this.
do both stories at the same time. Wait, what's up?
Check this out. Yanni, they're not playing games. They are not playing games. They're just going for emblems. Like, screw that, right? We're just going for emblems and guaranteeing our victory, which I'm really surprised by, but...
I don't know. They don't know that Divu and Seahawks thought about going for 80 emblems right now. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So maybe Yanni's like, okay, Seahawks is definitely doing kart racing because he knows that Divu isn't, since he just ticked Cosmic Wall M2, you know. So he's like, I can just snipe it, and that's the only way that we can win. But yeah, it's just a smarter strat from ThaBesStage to go for 80 emblems. This is just the winning strategy.
Yeah, and you know, it kind of like I was kind of like joking around like a while ago, like, yeah, I'm gonna be late for my Smash tournament, but like, we're here to win. We're here to win, and I think Seahawks and Divo are trying to get into this what do you call it, the playoffs here. So this is how they do it. I'm really impressed by their play right now.
I'm gonna get mad at Divu and Seahawks if you're related to your tournament and can't make it into pools.
I mean, it is a regional. I kind of want to get some experience, you feel me? But anyways, that really depends on Dawn and Prophet, actually. I think I'm going to be there for a while with them. Anyways.
Oh, true. There's Dawn and Prophet as well, because you're commentating it, I guess.
No, not free. We're going to have to skip, right? We're going to have to do Prophet's boxing match thingy skip, and it'll be awesome. Meanwhile, here's the thing, right? So we're at Happy right now. Like, I don't see this going any other way. Like, and you know, now that I think about it, this is going to be over faster than I think we realize, because yeah. Like they're gonna get through these emblems pretty quickly now that I think about it.
To be fair, yeah, if they are both going for them at the same time, hey, that's my route. Let's go. He was doing my route. I'm pretty proud. Except he... No, never mind. Haha, funny.
Is Yanni doing the? No, Yanni doesn't. Yanni's in beginner Chao race again. I just realized this. No, this is never mind. Never mind. I thought this was beginner for some reason. This is intermediate. But yeah, not having a boost and we're on lap 1. I mean, he should be okay, but it's got to get these boost pads, bounce
I guess
pads.
Nami's going for emblems right now. I don't know how many he has, actually. I don't think it matters that much, but it's still pretty interesting to see.
All right,
'Cause,
so
I mean, it is still a possibility that like a million things wrong happens on the best stage end, and
Yeah.
Liam and Yanni pull ahead in terms of emblems.
yeah, I think I don't
21,
even know.
Yeah.
I don't. This may be a really bad idea for me because I don't even think I can do an interview because I have to prepare for the next match. Anyways, getting a boost here does Yanni. I do intend that he will save it. In fact, did you get a catch a peek at the emblem? So that's 27 on Devo's end.
For whose emblem counter?
For Liam and Yanni's, but not like we're gonna see that for a while.
For Liam, Liam is at 21, I think, right now.
Oh wow, that is a huge disparity. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about
Unless
Yanni, but it shouldn't be like at 30 or something. For it to be significant, it would
Alright, so
probably
let's
be at
see.
30.
Yeah, 22. Okay, so no shot.
Oh my
The
god,
only-
please don't die there, Divu.
Yeah, the only good news is that I mean this will be these are emblems for Yanni, but I mean you know what's crazy? You know what's insane to me, actually?
What is it?
So Yarasu, hear me out. The most optimal play right now for Yanni is to not even go for all car racing emblems. And try to snipe them to 80 emblems and
Yeah,
then get the cards. Isn't that funny?
But again, he doesn't know if Seahawks is doing kart racing and struggling with it, or if he's going for AC emblems. It's just, I don't know. Also, kart racing kinda gives you emblems, I guess, but even though they're placed pretty slow.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm kind of surprised. I mean,
I'm just saying that I can understand the choice of Yanni to want to go for the kart racing emblems anyway. Because even if they snipe the 80 emblems goal, it's gonna come down to kart racing then, and we're gonna have a four man into kart racing.
you know what
race.
I like to call that?
Would be funny though.
I like to call that ID Geeks Paradise.
True, it would be
Love-
ID Geeks Paradise.
We love ID Geek. This is how ID Geek can come back. You know what?
That's how we
Actually,
summon him.
I just realized something. For the first time, Devu does die. I have an evil thought at the back of my head.
Oh no, evil mattress black.
Yeah. Liam has City Escape, Wild Canyon, and a lot more faster missions than Devu does. What if Liam what if Liam unironically gets these really quick emblems faster because he has like a lot of hero story like Prison Lane M2, for example, unlocked? What if? Because Devu already kind of messed up this by dying here, which is pretty easy to do, but... And by the way,
I don't know.
This is really bad news on Yanomatic's end. That might not even matter because Yanni's on lap 2 and is in 4th place. You gotta know how to do these missions here.
Yeah, they can be pretty tough. I don't like using the shadow card for those missions. I think the Sonic card is...
Sonic card is better, but I don't know if Yanni knows that. These aren't missions that you do every day, especially if you're in Yanni's shoes. Seahawks is the best.
It's true. It's in it's in his name.
It's in his blood.
Yeah.
And you know what else may be in his blood? This victory, because it's looking really good for him right now.
What
30 emblems already, like
Oh,
that's
20
gonna be
gram-
really
okay.
tough to contest right now. The only thing, like, I love to see this, right? Because this is as close as it can possibly get right now if Yanni can pull this off. And by the way, I don't know if you know about this, Yarsu, but there's a nightmare goal that's all kart racing emblems with tails with no boosts. And it's just like,
it's I like it, to be fair.
and all I'm saying, and Yanni, all I'm saying is at least it's not that. At least you don't gotta do that, because I had to do that. I'm like, this is Kaizo. This is not possible right now.
True. Nightmare Goal, do all the game as mechless tails.
Oh, that would be so fun. Did you
I
see
don't
that?
even know if it's possible, but
I don't know if you just saw what happened on Liam's screen, but like they almost died, but they do get the goal right now. So it is going to be a little too late for Chao Kindergarten, but God, was it a race! This was so enjoyable to watch right now. I don't care that I'm going to be late for my Smash Brothers tournament. Beneath the stone face apartments, Liam, get your revenge on this piece. Get the revenge on the piece that killed you before. So check this out. It pops up, so you can just get it right here, just like that. Liam knows.
he knows. Also, the best stage emblem count now is at 60, so they only need
How is that? Perfect.
Wait.
Like me?
10 more between the two of them.
yeah.
Liam not that far behind. I think Yanni's in the teens, however, so that's not the best place to be.
It can come down to executing the missions, right? I guess, but it would
It
be very
could.
likely okay, especially if Liam's doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, Liam, I think, is doing headquarters M2, going the opposite way, which is pretty interesting. Not
Yeah,
going
and now
through...
he's gonna be messed up by the beetle, which is not what you want in M2.
Yeah, and I mean, gets
Oh.
40 rings there, but will it matter in the long run? You gotta get these rings. Man, what's that piece called that's over there? That's in that ring? Forgot.
That's in what?
Called, like... The Ring? Elden Ring?
Yeah, I think there's a piece that's called Elden Ring.
No, it's the one that's like right to spawn. It's like surrounded by rings. I don't.
Oh, yeah, in the center of the rings.
Yeah, that one. Do you know the? Do you memorize the hints in French too?
No,
Ah,
sadly, imagine being French, couldn't be me.
I recognize the hints in French, but I don't like memorize them. If that makes sense, it probably doesn't, but it's what I do.
Basically the same. Like, the hints in every language, I believe, translates pretty well. Like, it's just
Stage
literally translated. There's no, like, meaning shenanigans or stuff like that.
I know in Italian, like Deku's got it good, going for Mad Space.
True.
There's like differences, I think, in Italian. But
Spanish Pumpkin Hill.
you know what? You know what? You know what, Yarasu?
Nope.
What if I just play in Spanish from now on? That's a great idea. I'm not a hero runner, but
Would be cool.
How is that? Perfect.
I think that, yeah, Spanish is the optimal language for PH because there are a bunch of very weird yellow squares in the hints text, I believe, if I recall correctly. So yeah, you can basically tell a lot of ambiguous pieces.
So I think so too. And by the way, I have to mention, Divu is kind of running out of like fast missions. So
Oh, does he have to do Rod 3D? Really? Oh, M2 is pretty quick. That's okay, I guess. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. Did he really do Mad Space everything?
no Mad Space mission. So that's another 5 right there. Now that I think about it, that's probably game, set, and match. But I mean, I don't think Liam's gonna be going for Mad Space M5 necessarily. It's pretty
Oh,
quick, but he doesn't have the upgrades. Oh, getting Hot Chow, which is good.
I thought he digged for an electric shield on M2 for some reason, for a
On,
moment.
on M4, yeah. Let me see. Let me drop out of the Smash tournament. I just gotta do it.
How is that?
No shot I'm
Perfect?
making it there.
Like me?
I mean, if you really want to go right now, there's nothing preventing you
Stage
from
select.
doing that, I guess.
We'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, all eyes are on the missions right now, which is... I don't think it's been this close with regards to missions in a while. Like, here's the thing. Seahawks is looking for quick missions right now. Meanwhile, Yanni is pretty far behind in missions, to be fair. So we got 32. Got 32 on Devo's end. Wait a second. That's 29 on Yanni's end.
He's not that far behind, and he still has a few quick missions, I guess. I suppose.
Like Liam has so many quick missions.
True.
It really does depend on the like the execution right now, and we never see this happen.
Is he gonna? No.
Yeah, Tivu's going for the Radical Highway, Mad Space missions. Okay, so let's see what the total emblem counter is. We're gonna have a pretty good snapshot here in a second. Okay. Can we do math? So we got 30. We got 30-30 about.
Damn, they're all above 30 now. So that's
So 30-30. But what about Devo? Devo has more than 30, I know that much.
It's pretty crazy. Wait, actually,
Wait a second, are they ahead in emblems? No.
34.
34. But what about Seahawks? Nah.
36.
Nah,
Oh,
they're about to win.
it's gonna
I
be
don't know
tough.
I don't know what I was thinking, but
Even with very quick missions, like, I mean, although Yeni doesn't even seem to go for very quick missions, to be fair, like,
right, and I mean the problem is Devo in particular is the well is kind of running dry for him. But I don't think that's gonna be nearly enough here.
so yeah, missions race. Gotta like
Devo
it.
dies.
What?
There's a
Devo-
checkpoint right here, but he does die.
Is this M3?
It says M3, so it's not the... Wait a second. Yeah, yeah, I'm like... I thought the checkpoint was right here for some reason, but... I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. No. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
Alright, this is what I
Devo.
feel like... What do we
Just
call
get on
it?
the fence. You can just jump.
Oh, yeah, I saw you do that. I'm like, yo, you could do that? No way. This is
Yeah,
epic.
that's what you do in IELTS, and it's not even that hard.
Here we go.
Yeah, I had no idea until, like, I saw you a couple days ago.
Ultimate victory.
Okay...
Oh, there's a spring there. Okay, I didn't know about that. Well, learning so much today. Oh no, Devo.
that's what I knew about. Devo, what are you gonna do? So Devo has historically had trouble with this mission in particular, I will tell you. Meanwhile, I mean,
Oh,
Liam and Yanni are kind of catching up right now. These missions aren't that slow to get.
yeah.
Seahawks is taking an interesting piece in M4, not like he had much of a choice or anything, but... Come on, Molotov cocktail skip, come on Seahawks, step it up. You're too slow. Sonic, Smash Brothers,
Roll, I guess, and so on.
yeah. Yeah, bro. The only problem is, right, and now Liam is going for some pretty, like, slow missions as well.
And
Now,
in
there's
the
just so
end,
much to talk about. There's so much to talk about, and when I want to interview these runners, I don't think they'll necessarily... Oh, it's not going to be a sweet defeat or anything, but I think both players would be, like, happy to interview. I just don't know if we have time.
when is the next match supposed to be at? Like in 10 minutes, right?
That's right.
Oh, okay. This is yeah, maybe no interview sadly, but yeah. Um, at least they pulled off a good show.
Yeah, very much so.
No matter how it ends, it was a very good race. Like it was pretty close a lot of the times, and like
Yeah,
can you
like there
say
was a
about
lot
the
of
race that
execution
ends
errors,
without
right? But
emblems, like everything was done on this board.
man, everyone's just deciding to DM me all the time. Aiden,
Yeah, just DMU Among Us. You shouldn't mind.
nah, DM me about something else. So, all right, there we go. There's the DM. Let's see it. Johnny having a bit of trouble getting to these robots here. You gotta slope jump. Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Meanwhile, Liam does get this goal. Let's see where we're at now. We should be sort of wrapping this up, but
I'm actually very surprised that Radical Highway M4 really is the fastest mission that Liam can do. Like,
yeah.
really?
I
At
don't think
like 32
that's
emblems?
32. Yeah, I mean, things could have switched, but I mean, not like this. Seahawks. Seahawks? Yeah, and I mean, like, Cityscape M2 is still here, so I mean, why not do that one?
Yeah, like M3 is pretty slow, and everything afterwards is also pretty slow in CE, but I don't know, like, no one seems to want to do, like, did Liam do Security Hall already? And I didn't see it? Or like, Headquarters, I think he did the Headquarters actually, but
Yeah,
I'm not
headquarters
sure
are
about
done.
Security Hall.
Devo, I don't know what Devo's doing right now. I think Devo's trying to go for Wild Canyon M5, but Wild Canyon M5.
Yo!
How many sea skips have we seen again? I don't even know.
I think that's like,
The
there was
third
only
one?
one miss.
The
No,
second
it's not
one?
the third one, it's the fourth
No,
one.
no, it's the fourth one. Oh my god.
Yeah,
You know what, Yarsu? We're getting City Escape world record right now.
true.
Can't believe it. Absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Devo is going for the headquarters missions right now, which is something that Liam did a little while ago. Getting hit by these ghosts, I guess, but
Taking it safe, I like it. So
all
33
right.
emblems on
So
Liam's end,
39. Yeah, this is just about game, set, and match. So
37 on Devo's. It should be over pretty soon. I wasn't able to
yeah,
keep track of Seahawks emblems count, but it
right.
should be around 38 as well.
Yeah, Seahawks has more emblems for sure.
Yeah.
Can I count on you to do the interview? I gotta get ready for my match pretty soon.
Yeah, no worries.
In
I can
fact,
do that.
actually, I think I have to do it now. Yarsa, you got this?
Oh yeah, it's fine. You
All
can do.
right, for sure. Let me just meet up with my teammate real quick.
Hello. Don't worry, I'm here to save the day, Melters. You go do your thing.
For sure. We got Tethys on the mic. Let's go.
Alright, good luck.
Yo,
This bingo's been kind of crazy.
it's true. It has been very long as well.
It really has, you know? We're kind of pulling strings behind the scenes at the moment because we've got another match coming up in 6 minutes, technically. But, looking like Diva and Seahawks are getting the dub here, based on M1 count right now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have time for an interview, which is really sad, because this really has been the match of all time. But how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty cool. I'm just chilling there.
Yeah, just chilling.
It's not the most interesting part of a bingo match, but yeah.
Yeah, when it comes down to 80 emblems, it's fine as long as teams have a fair amount of emblems already. If you're, like,
Yeah,
going in-
if it's
yeah.
close, yeah, but
if you're close, then it's like, or not even if it's close, rather. If it's like, okay, we've got like 60 emblems to get here.
Go more on the left, Liam, please, I swear. Just hug the wall. Let's go. We got it though.
You truly love to see it.
Oh, so Seahawks is at 41 right now, so only a couple of missions left for the best stage, I believe. Last time we checked, Divu was at 37, I believe. So that's 38, now 39, I guess. Oh, and they're done apparently.
Oh,
Yeah, 39, 39 plus 41, and that's the game, and the best
there
stage
we
is taking it.
go. Love to see it, absolutely. All right.
13
well,
to
we're gonna
12.
we're gonna have to say GG. Unfortunately, not enough time for an interview. But we gotta get going. So GG to both runners. GG to Yarasu and Melters on commentary. All four runners, I should say. Melters, Yarasu on commentary. You both did a great job. We've got to get going because there's another match coming right up after this. So yeah, Yarasu, if you want to say any farewell.
Yeah, bye-bye.
All right, see you guys. Be right back. Hello? Hello, hello? I
Hello.
think we're real. I think we're real.
Hello, everyone.
Yep, we're real. Okay, we're jamming. We're out here. More bingo. I just need to make sure that we've got sound coming from the game. There we go. Should have it. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to more Bingo League action. We've got another exciting match coming up here because we've got Dawnsparce back on your screens coming up against Team Canada in what will be their final match of the league season, actually. They've played 9, and this will be the last one on the schedule for them. Looking to finish off strongly against the unbeaten side that is Dawnsparce. My name is Tefis. I'm joined by Jazz. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm glad to be a part of this, and this is my first time commentating for Bingo, so hope it goes well.
Pleasure having you here, of course. Really nice to just, obviously experience in this game. Got a lot of knowledge, so looking forward to seeing that. Looking at the board straight away, pretty interesting one. Pretty mission heavy from what I can see immediately.
Yeah, lots of missions.
Fairly balanced. Obviously, Dawn and Prophet are going to be the favorites going into this one, just based off of how they've performed so far. But Melters and Nadera haven't really let themselves down at all throughout the entirety of the season. They've kind of remained somewhat consistent in terms of at least performing pretty well. So, by no means a walk in the park here today. I'm imagining that we're basically just going to ask our runners whenever they're ready, and then we will get down to business. But yeah, the sort of balance between story and missions is pretty nice. Not really sort of too much heavy early on in terms of sort of early story goals. Because the thing with the bingo boards is that if there's too many sort of early goals, then it can sort of end up being a bit of a washout potentially if a team races into like a 6-7-0 lead early on. It can always obviously end up making it pretty difficult for the other team. Seeing Prophet on our screens here practicing the clip to go get Rouge's Mystic Melody, which is a goal on the board. So obviously just one eye on that already going in. But there are a fair few early goals on the board as well. I'm looking at Sand Ocean, Chao boxes, Pacifist Radical Highway. And it could be a balanced one, It could be an interesting start to this race. Just seeing how, who comes out of the gates firing on all cylinders first, I suppose you could say. I think we're just going to ask the runners how they're doing now.
A bit of a chant going in the chat.
Dawn and Prophet are always my favorites. Oh, of course, the Funny Prophet video. I forgot to play the Funny Prophet video. I need to get that quickly. Okay, hold fire. The gamers have more time. I need to get the Funny Prophet video. Thank you for reminding me, Mikey Cool Money. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. It's coming right up. Don't worry. I don't want to break the immersion or the illusion or anything like that. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. Just gonna bring it on up real quick. Here's the guy. Here he is. It's I'm probably gonna want to mute VLC. And let me just, here we go, Prophet. And okay, here he is.
Seven down, 3 to go. Next up on the chopping block, everybody say hello to Team Canada. Melters and Hidera, our very American Team Canada. Funny. Now, I'm sure you're all very familiar with them by now. This is, of course, their 10th and final match of the group stage. And, yeah, they're going 5-5. A pretty respectful return, to be fair, although maybe just a little short of their expectations. I know Melters may not run this game very much anymore, but he's always sort of been portrayed as this bingo specialist. Well, I guess we can call that myth well and truly busted. Never too far from a slightly later than topical meme as Melters, you can always find him somewhere in the deep, dark parts of the Discord, making some pointless Among Us joke. Now, as for Hedera, I'll be honest, I have very little negative to say about Hedera. It's just kind of disappointing. I mean, she's good at the game, she keeps to herself, has some pretty based ADXs. All in all though, she's just lacking some presence. And, of course, playing the wrong story right now. See, throwing your consistent, like, very consistent, enough to get second place in the Dark Story tournament, and then throwing her into Hero Story. Another classic Melters moment. Very ready to backfire again. And the Dawnsparce, well, we will be more than happy to capitalise and move ourselves up to 8-0, clear at the top of the table. Because that's just what we do. See you on the post-match victory speech, everybody. Profit out.
Right. I think we're back. Are we back?
Oh.
Yes, we're back. Okay.
Oh, did they not hear what I said?
I don't know. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I just said, well, the Prophet seems really confident, but his team really does have the skills to back it up, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. You know? Prophet's always had some choice words going into these matches. Yet to bite him, yet to come back and bite him, you know? If the record is to be believed. So he's got at least that to sort of carry him in terms of letting him get away with this. Is Team Canada going to be the team to shut that guy's mouth here today? We will see. Just waiting on the all clear from all of our runners now to get them underway in today's bingo match. Very much looking forward to it. Yes, looking like Dawn is coming up to the menu now, and that should be us ready to go. Alright, here comes the countdown. And with that, it's time. It is time for Melters and Hedera to sign off their season. Can they do it with an upset here? Let's find out. Straight off into the races. Here we go.
I'm lagging
like
a
one
couple
stream.
seconds behind.
Possibly just a bit of stream delay, but should be all okay. And yeah, so what to expect here early on? You know, looking at the hero story side of things, there's not really... Yeah, the earliest thing I can see to go and grab in hero is, well, not really much in the story, I guess, is there? There's some ILs you can exit out for, but really, there's just pretty much nothing.
Yeah, there's
You know,
really not a lot.
This is pretty heavy on the dark early game, and hero ILs, from what I can see. Bruce Mystic Melody, the Sand Ocean, and the Flame Ring is all there. And of course, Egg Quarters past Fist Radical Highway. That's a really interesting board for sure. Oh, we'll find out about this.
But
But
Dawn
the
got
other one is
CE
kind of-
skip.
They certainly do, and Hedera not getting it, so already a little bit of advantage for Dawnsparce here right from the off. Good start for them. See how Hedera can perform in the skipless section of City Escape now. Looking pretty alright so far, getting caught on that bin though. And Dawn into truck section now, coming out with a nice early lead for his team. Melters and Prophet both kind of just hanging out at the elevator right now in Iron Gate. We'll see how this goes.
Dawn finishing with a nice 122.
So really, really strong City Escape from Dawn, yeah, for sure. So Skipless C versus a 122. Hedera's got it all to do right from the start here. It's a game of catch-up. for Hedera. Straight out of the gates. Meanwhile, looking like Prophet is coming up to the end of Iron Gate pretty nice and early, as opposed to Melters. It's going to be both Dawnsparce runners ahead in their respective stories straight away. So it's a 158, I believe that is, from Prophet. That's really strong. Followed up by a 2-minute time from Melters. So not a huge gap for Melters to clean up there, but still a decent start from Prophet nonetheless. And Melters not going to be too disheartened by that time either. Dawn coming away with a nice Bigfoot time as well. Hedera loading in. And once we get out of Hot Shot, we're probably going to be looking at... well, who's it's going to be a game of RNG and Dry Lagoon to start off with, I think. We'll see who gets the better roll of the dice there. That could spell a strong start for Dark Story. The thing is, as we sort of said, there's all those early Dark Story goals, so Dawn having the lead in Hero for now is good. You know, you're never going to not want that, but could be very big seeing what happens in Dry Lagoon here for Dawn and for Prophet and Melters, rather.
I see Prophet going for the upgrade. It's just to get that out of the way as soon as possible.
Doesn't look like Melters is fussed on it. It's going to just be go and get what you need to from Melters as he gets the free piece up here. So that should be the first goal on the board for Dawnsparce. Score counter goes up to 1, and the Mystic Melody is all Prophets. Melters getting some decent RNG though. Going to be coming away here with a pretty nice time despite not going for that upgrade. So the lead is firmly Melters in terms of Dark Story. Really interesting start to this game.
Yeah, Melters is probably able to take that lead because Prophet went out of the way for that goal.
Yeah, smart choice to just sacrifice it and give himself a bit of a strong start. Let's see now how this goes. Prophet getting a high piece 1. And no free pieces either on the head piece 2. Scouting around for some free pieces and does see one in the distance actually, so struggling to grab it though with a spiral upper. And let's see if Melter's strong start to Dark Story can continue now. He's going to reset here, so telling me that he is going to go for the sandwalking attempt. Let's see how this goes.
I don't think he's actually going for it.
No,
He's going
not
for
at all.
first cycle. Was there a goal for this stage? Or...
There is a Sand Ocean goal, isn't there? The 2 Chao boxes, of course. So there you go. Melter's with an eye on that.
Yeah, he could be going for that.
Unsure if you can do that with sandwalking or not. So I guess.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's necessarily going for it because I saw him pass up on one of them.
That's interesting. There's obviously 3 in the stage, so
yeah, he got one.
That's 1 out of 2. Team Canada looking okay for now.
Yeah, the second one is very in the way, so you can just grab it as part of first cycle. So yeah, looks like it.
That's 2 out of 2 for Melters, so that should be a first goal for Team Canada, barring nothing going horribly wrong at the end here. And Prophet is not going for sandwalking, so that tells me that he had one eye on this goal as well. And unfortunately, he's going to lose a little bit of time here, because Prophet, very confident in his sandwalking ability, to not go for it in search of this goal is going to set him back a little bit. And Melters is going to be feeling pretty good about start to life in this match so far.
Yeah, Prophet is now just wasting time going for this goal that he will not be able to get.
Those Melters towards the end, and that will make the score 1-1. We'll be coming up towards the very finish line here, barring some disaster with the robots at the end. Should be totally fine to just mark this goal off, though. And that will be it, 1-1. Nice little start to this match, a bit of back and forth. They're coming up towards the end of Prison Lane now as well.
Yeah, oh, that's a big mistake from Dawn, but it's going to be interesting to see if Dawn exits out after this stage to complete Metal Harbor Mission 4.
Yeah, Dawn with a big setback there. And Hedera is going to be right up behind him now. Just waiting for these scores to update. There you go, so 1-1 between Team Canada and Dawnsparce. Nice and early here. as I said, you know, this is not going to be a walk in the park for Dawnsparce whatsoever. Team Canada have really, you know, they've really given teams good games in this season, and the wins that they've come away with are a good representation of that, you know? You don't win half your matches if you're not a good team. And Melters gets the Flame Ring, so that actually puts Team Canada into the lead now, with a 2-1 lead in Dark Story. How much will these goals early on play into the hand of Team Canada? And what will Dawnsparce be thinking right now? Because they haven't had too many instances of being behind in the league this season, so it's going to be interesting to see if Profit will perhaps maybe play a little bit more with an eye on skipping a few things just to try and play catch-up. But Melters doesn't get up there with enough height coming around now. And I just realized I'm watching the Twitch stream, so I'm a little bit behind. Whoops.
Yeah, I was wondering. You seem to be a few seconds behind.
I got a lot of things open on my screen. I got a restream going, I got Discord, and I got Twitch on the other monitor, so there's plenty of different avenues for me to watch this match right now. Here we go. So yeah, Melters and Hedera in the lead here. What does this spell? So Hedera finishes up Metal Harbor a little bit after Dawn, who's currently in the Faker cutscene. And Prophet is just playing catch-up to Melters in Radical Highway right now, but not too far behind, it has to be said. Is Melters going to go for gap jump? Doesn't look like it. Nope, playing it nice and safe. Why wouldn't you when you're in this position? Goes for very fast, very easy. I don't know if he got it.
Oh, Prophet falling down.
It's a third goal, because of course Melters took the pacifist route as well in Radical Highway, so a really, really nice start here for Team Canada. 3-1 lead early on. And Prophet is really going to have to catch up here.
Quite the commanding early lead. This team's really getting a lot of really quick goals out of the way really fast. So
yeah, we're coming into
it might come down to 80 emblems at the end. Who knows?
2 in a row? It could happen. I hope not, because that will be a very, very long day of bingo if that is the case. But yeah, Prophet coming up towards the end of Radical Highway here.
Oh my goodness! Did you see what Prophet just did?
Oh no! Oh no!
That is a very big mistake, and one I've never seen before. That's incredible.
It's all going wrong for Prophet at the moment in Dark Story. Dawn has the lead in Hero, and we'll see how well it pays off for him. Getting air easy there, nicely done. But Melters is on course to get another goal here in really good time, because there's Egg Quarters with a magnetic shield. And gets a 3-piece as well on his way. I think that's Wandering Ghost. And just needs to get that magnetic shield now, and that's a 4-1 lead for Team Canada here. Dawnsparce have not been in this situation very often at all.
Oh, he didn't go for the magnetic shield. Ah, maybe he didn't see the goal.
Odd choice from Melters there to pass on that goal, and I wonder if Prophet will maybe do the same. He may be sort of thinking, well, surely this is Melters. There's no reason for me to waste my time going for it, so he might just play this Egg Quarters for speed and nothing else. Really interesting. As we see Dawn getting the war run there earlier, I shouldn't have bypassed that. The advantages to having an eye on the Twitch stream is that we completely missed the war run. But he did get it, and is cruising through Green Forest here now. Really strong. 1:19 time from Dawn. Hedera is not going to go for the wall run. But Hero Story, Dawn is cleaning up shop right now. And
yeah, Dawn is of course a very, very strong hero runner, so that's
absolutely
pretty much to be expected.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously 4th place on the boards as of right now, I believe, last time I checked. And with good reason too, you know, one of the top dogs in this story. I think Prophet is near enough the same place in Dark Story. Can't quite remember his exact position, but he's definitely high up there.
Now, is Prophet going to go for the magnetic shield, I wonder? Because he might know that Melters skipped it.
Let's have a look. He's having a pretty nice Egg Quarters so far here. And he's got to have one eye on it, right? Like, the fact that it hasn't been checked yet and it's right there. Is he just going to dig for it? He's going to start digging.
Huh, no problem.
So here we go.
He's definitely going for it.
I don't know about this. He's in the same place. I don't know if he's aware of this, but if you dig in the same place over and over again, you're not going to get a new item. You have to move a little bit further away. He gets a green shield, but Prophet is kicking himself in the teeth here. He doesn't seem to know that he needs to move a little bit further away to give himself a chance of getting a new item. Otherwise, he's just kind of gonna be wasting a hell of a lot of time here. This is bad for Prophet. This is really bad for Prophet. There's a second green shield, and Meltus is on the Lost Colony elevator right now.
Yeah,
There's a bomb.
it's just gonna come down to RNG, really.
It really
Yes,
is.
yeah, he has to get lucky here.
Prophet is getting absolutely rolled right now.
Yeah, we've seen a bomb and 2 green
Switching up the
shields,
strategy a bit.
no magnetic shield.
Meltus may have made the big brain play of the day.
Yeah,
To be fair.
actually, skipping that might have been a really good choice, because it makes your
is-
opponent waste who knows how much time on it. Could be anywhere
this
from
much time,
seconds to
right?
minutes.
In good news for Dawnsparce, Dawn has just gone and gotten their second goal of the day with Prison Lane M2 exiting out. Did Dawn exit out in Pumpkin Hill, or did he finish up Pumpkin Hill afterward? Or first of all, but he's going into Wild Canyon now to claim some IL goals. Wild Canyon. What is the goal? Where is it? I can't
Finally
see it.
getting the magnetic shield for Profit. Finally getting it.
Oh, and there it is. So there's the
At
goal
last.
for Dawnsparce. It is 3-3, but goodness me, Meltus doesn't have a big lead in Dark Story right now. A whole Lost Colony ahead.
Yeah, so Team Dawnsparce got the goal, but at what cost?
Am I blind? Because I can't see a Wild Canyon M4 B rank. There you go. Could not see it on the board, but there you go. So Dawnsparce actually suddenly looking a little bit better with Dawn exiting out to get these ILs, but Hedera sticking in it to get that Hero Story lead here now by a fairly decent size. Dawn does have a fair few he can go for, though. There's obviously Green Forest M3 as well. Metal Harbor's all his if he wants to go and get it right now. Other than that, yeah, it's going to be back in after that. So it might be a bit of a lead here for Dawnsparce once Dawn sweeps up these ILs. But we'll see how well it goes, because Meltus and Hedera are both cruising in terms of where they are in terms of the story right now. But Meltus has exited out to go and get himself an IL. It's going to be Iron Gate M4, I believe it was, wasn't it? Or
I'm
Iron
looking
Gate
for
M4
it.
A rank. There you go, top right.
Oh yeah,
It's
there it
really
is.
hard to keep track of these things sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just I swear there was a goal somewhere on this board, but it's disappeared. So Iron Gate M4 A rank for Melt is really interesting. Of course, he doesn't have the Mystic Melody, does he?
I don't think he does. He must not.
No, he didn't get it in Sand Ocean, unless I missed it.
I don't remember him getting it. He's gonna have to go pick that up for mission 3, or try to do
Or go
some
for
really
War
crazy
Run.
stuff.
One of those two. We'll see what Meltus does when he gets there. We'll find out. But we're definitely in an interesting phase of the game right now. 4-all. Dawn cleaning up a little bit in terms of just getting those goals. Back on level terms now are the two teams. So a strong start for Team Canada, followed up by Dawnsparce, just catching up a little bit now. We'll see what Meltus does here, because Prophet is coming up towards the end of Lost Colony, so he'll be basically back on level terms in the story. What's Meltus up to? Lost Colony?
Is there a lost? Yeah, a Lost Colony mission 2.
Lost Colony M2. Oh, interesting. So I'm wondering why... Interesting play from Meltus. I won't question it, going for getting that Iron Gate M2 out of the way nice and early. But hey, it sets him up to get a couple of nice goals back-to-back here, I'd imagine, with Lost Colony M2. And then I imagine he'll go and get the Mystic Melody from Sand Ocean.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good play for Melters.
Let's see. Prophet has just finished up Lost Colony in the story, so he's going to be at the same point as Melters now. Meanwhile, Dawn having some trouble in Green Forest M2 of all places. And I think Hedera is in there with him. So it's a fight to get this IL.
Oh wow! Oh, you normally see this IL finish by now.
Yeah, Dawn took a hit just before the very end, so this is interesting now, because Hedera might actually pull ahead and snipe Dawn to this. This is a really, really strong start to this game. Dawn does get the M2, but Hedera is basically at the finish line much earlier in the stage, as long as she can get these rings here. Come on up to those ring boxes, and she is about a ring or two short. She gets it now. So it's a shootout to get Green Forest M3. Let's see how this goes. Dawn loading in nice and early, so he's going to have the advantage here. We'll see if Hedera can catch up, or if Dawn struggles a little bit. Let's see how this goes. Meanwhile, Prophet is in Dry Lagoon, going to get that M3. Team Canada with a 5-4 lead at the moment, but this is big. This is really big. It is a really nice spread of goals across these early ones at the moment. I'm glad that neither team has just swept up shop and claimed a lot of these early goals, which could have happened. I'm liking the balance between what teams are going for right now. Both.
Yeah, this
Meltas
is certainly
and
an
Prophet
exciting
in Dry
match.
Lagoon right now.
It's
Here we
looking
go.
like Dawn is going to be the one to take Mission 3.
We'll see. We'll see. Obviously, anything can happen, but he's in a very good position to get it now. Coming up towards the area where the Chao is. They're just behind. Dawn coming on
Dawn
up.
is doing some weird movement here. Oh, he doesn't have the
He's-
bounce bracelet, of course. He has to go for
He's
this
good
weird,
for it.
weird stuff.
There
He
is,
got
of
it,
course, also the platform in the back that you can land on, but Dawn does get it, and that will be 5-5, is it? Or has a goal not been clicked yet? Yeah, 5-all. So 5-5 this early on in the game. What a goal! What a game so far. And Hedera is back in the story.
Oh,
with a quite
Melters
high.
and Prophet are going for the same goal, but Prophet snipes it.
That's a 6-1 for Dawnsparce. 6-5 now. We'll see how well the story advantage can play into Hedera and Melter's hands here. Obviously, there isn't really a story advantage for Melters anymore, given the fact that Prophet exited out and came to get some ILs. He is going to be going back in now. So Melters and Prophet basically on level terms in the story here. Hedera further ahead and deciding not to go for the Metal Harbor mission, which Dawn is going to go and get. So Hedera probably has eyes further down the line in terms of things like Aquatic Mine. What else have we got on the table? Meteor Herd, Death Chamber. There's a fair few story goals still for Hedera to really go and unlock and do some damage to the other team with. Melters is going to need to shift gears a little bit here, though, in terms of just getting himself back into that good position in story, because Prophet has the advantage right now, and that could spell bad news at the moment, because it's funny, because it started off with Melters so far ahead of Prophet, and right now we're looking at Hedera so far ahead of Dawn. So just funny seeing that little bit of a shift there. But firmly in the balance is this game. Dawn should be getting his team's 7th goal now, and then we'll see him load back into the story. I believe he exited out. Was it Pumpkin Hill?
I think it was either Pumpkin Hill or Mission Street. I don't remember.
If it's Pumpkin Hill, that's a huge, huge lead for Hedera. But that's the thing with the IL missions, is that it's kind of about when you want to go and get them, you know? Because Hedera could technically probably unlock 1 or 2 ILs, just go and get them, and Dawn's not even close. But if Hedera perhaps decides to try and bite off a little bit more, then we'll see. It could give Dawn an opportunity to get back in. And that's the thing, if you go to unlock like 3 ILs, and your opponent goes to just get 1, then it's kind of a coin toss, really, because you're kind of banking on getting yourself a lot of goals ahead of your opponent, but with ILs, it's such a gamble. But we'll see now. Dawn into Metal Harbor M4. Hedera races through Route 101. Prophet and Dawn. Prophet's in the Chao world. Hello. Hello, hello,
Oh,
hello.
wow.
Prophet is doing the strat of all strats. I love this. Me and Yarasu,
No.
I don't know if I can say we came up with this, but this strat basically means that you don't have to watch the cutscene that will follow in the preceding level.
What? That's
that's
wild.
It means you don't have to watch it for now, basically. If you load into that stage, you're gonna have to watch it. But didn't you get the Chowkey and weapons bed? There's no cutscene after weapons bed, is it?
There- No, I don't think so. Not an unskippable one.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, he's still. You know what? I don't know actually because there's no Chao Garden goals on the boards here. I don't believe there was a Chao box. But well, interesting. I guess it is faster technically. It might still be faster than just loading into the stage. I'm really not sure if it's that clear cut, of course, because you have to waste the time going out to get the you have to waste the time going out of your way to get the Chao key as well. So I'm not sure, but either way,
Melter's
besides
picking
that,
up that mission too.
yeah, it didn't really work out for him because Melters has made it 7-6 now. They are not getting left behind. They really are not. Melters and Prophet neck and neck, and Melters with a fair few more emblems on the board than Prophet has, who is going into Iron Gate M3. Did he get the?
Did he
Mystic
get the
Melody?
upgrade? Did he get the Mystic Melody?
He didn't, and
I don't think he did. He's exiting out. He's getting
Off
the
of
Mystic
Sand Ocean.
Melody.
And Prophet is going to go and get the Radical Highway goal. So we'll see this, because this is a little bit of a time sink for Prophet to go and get this Radical Highway M4. That said, I don't really know if you could say it's any more of a time sink than Iron Gate M4, I think. So both runners going for their respective IL should just see things carry ahead, being pretty even then in that case. It's not really a race to get one or the other. But Melter's getting that that weapons bed goal has really worked out well for him. This is going to be such a tight one. Well, Dawn's in Pumpkin Hill, so he is back in the story, as we said, and that's such a huge, huge gap for Dawn to make up. I would imagine that Dawn is probably going to be going along and just getting every IL as it comes. I imagine that when he unlocks
That's going to have to be the
it.
play. He's way behind in story progression. He's going to have to pick up every smaller IL that he can.
Yeah, of course he's not going to know that necessarily. He might have an idea of it, but he's not going to know exactly where Hedera is. But he obviously unlock Mission Street, unlock Aquatic Mine, and I think there was one more that I had my eye on just then, but I can't quite remember. Well, actually, no, not really, because then Death Chamber and the others are a little bit further ahead, but he's going to at least have 2 ILs on his plate that he could go and fish up pretty quickly here. It's just going to be a matter of when does Hedera decide to exit out. Is she going to go as far as Death Chamber? Because Hidden Base doesn't really offer anything right now, and nor does Pyramid Cave, so I'd imagine Hedera is sticking in story for a little bit. Dawn might exit out a fair bit earlier and just give himself 2 more extra points on the board that Hedera might miss out on. We'll see. We'll see. Thing is, even if Dawn does do that, then that's basically it for the story progression. There's no possible way you could catch up to Hedera at that point, you would think, barring some sort of dramatic twist. So if Dawn is going to do that, get his team up to 9 points, there's going to be a lot of onus on Prophet to get some dark goals, which they're kind of running out of. Although I actually just noticed there's actually 2 missions in Aquatic Mine, which is really interesting because one of them is N4 B rank, the other is
all missions A rank. Wow, yeah.
Really interesting. So Dawn, if he gets every IL after exiting out after Aquatic Mine, which I assume he will do, that's going to be 10.
And Dawn just missing the 0 cycle.
This is really tight here. Dawnsparce might get a lead going on here, a fairly decent lead. It might be 3 or 4 points, but Team Canada are in really good positions to get a fair few of these goals on the board. So I don't know. Team Canada, Hedera could exit out, now and go and really, really fish up some nice ILs for herself, but she's staying in there. And this is kind of what I was saying about deciding when you want to exit out, deciding how much you want to put in that bank for yourself to go and sweep up when you exit out. Is it going to come back to haunt Hedera that she hasn't gone and gotten these Aquatic Mine and Mission Street goals so soon? Or is it going to work out incredibly, and is she just going to sweep up a whole host of ILs once she gets that Death Chamber unlocked? I guess we'll find out. But Melters is coming up towards the goal here, as is Prophet. Looks like both runners are in their M4s. Melters has looked like he's going to be pretty good to get the A rank here. I'd be surprised if not. You can usually just go about your business in terms of racking up a few combos in these mech missions and get Enough points for that A rank. Profit coming towards the end of Radical Highway M4 though. And let's see, is that goal number 7? It is the A rank for Team Canada, and we're looking at 7-7 right now. Profit coming up towards the finish line in Radical Highway now. Dawn in Aquatic Mine. We'll see. What he does after this stage could play a big part in how the remainder of this match goes. And of course, the other interesting thing is M5 this early on, if he's going to go for those all missions A ranks. If he's going for M5 without the sunglasses, that is not an easy thing to do. You obviously got to be precise in terms of knowing when to glide and when to turn and such for that one piece. So we'll see. But nice
yeah,
enough time.
that piece is tough to get, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how much he's got. But Hedera gets a nice piece too there with roasted keys. And we'll see what it's going to be for her. And
there's a flame but no light.
Off the Death Chamber.
I think the play would be to go for Death Chamber Mission 2 and then maybe Hidden Base M4A rank.
Getting the Chao key. So Hedera also doing the strat to skip having to watch the Boom Boom cutscene. She'll just be able to exit out in the Chao world. Everybody knows about this now.
That is a really unique strat.
I can't remember.
Didn't even know about it until today.
I can't really say that me and Yarasu came up with it, but definitely figured it out for ourselves. And you know, if that's what people have gotten this idea from, then hey, that's pretty sick. And it's going to work out really nicely for Hedera now. As she gets a not too bad Death Chamber time, she's just going to be able to load into the Chao world and go and get some nice ILs. But as we predicted, yeah, Dawn is in Aquatic Mine, going for these missions now. What's Hedera going to do? How is this going to work out? If she loads into Aquatic Mine straight away, that's going to be... She's going to Death Chamber M2, right decision. To get that nice, quick, and easy goal out of the way. As Dawn gets the air necklace coming back down here, where there is a nice little host of rings to pick up. Not sure if Dawn is too familiar with the ring route in this stage without the upgrade. Looking like he's got a fair few rings on the table now. Is it enough, though?
Is he gonna get the A rank, though?
That's the other thing. Obviously, A ranks don't really tend to take things like back rings or a lot of the strats we usually do in speedruns for account. So it's probably not going to be as tight as you may think, but
I actually don't remember.
Ooh, dropping down. Dawn's having a nightmare time in Hotline 2 right now.
Hydra just lost rings.
Oh, and Hedera takes some time.
Hedera. I can't pronounce names. I'm sorry.
It's okay, don't worry. It is an A rank for Dawn. Wow,
that is a very lenient A rank.
Damn. What's the world record on that? Like 20 seconds?
It's got to be something like 20 seconds. Something like that. I feel like it's 18 or something.
Insane.
Nah, I could be wrong. I don't actually remember.
Here we go. Dawn going towards this back sign here to get Cliffin out of bounds. Just having a bit of trouble, is Dawn here in Aquatic Mine. Does get it, though. So he's looking good for the goals, and he is nicely in there. M5 is going to be the one that I'm really interested in, and also M4B rank. Hedera's looking like she's got this Death Chamber M2 under wraps. Let's see how this goes.
A good choice to have the back ring as a backup.
Yeah, obviously, ideally you have Mystic Melody in this stage, and you can get those rings in the little secret room. Get yourself nicely there. But that is an 8th goal, and it's 8-8. This match just doesn't stop in terms of one team hitting another back. It's firmly poised right now.
I think it is going to come down to AD emblems.
Could it happen, really? I mean...
Twice in a row.
I'm interested because Hedera's story lead is so huge, and she's going back in, interestingly enough. That's really interesting, because what's remaining in Hero Story? Obviously, Hidden Base is there if she ever wanted to go and get it, but in terms of what's
there's Final
story,
Rush. There's Final Rush. Did I see that? Final Rush with 5 animals and finish?
5 hidden animals in Final Rush, and there's Meteor Hood Hintless, which are 2 nice enough goals to get, but it is interesting that she's going for those story goals rather than the ILs, which she's had available to her for a very long time. Like, Mission Street M3 has just sat there. She's obviously not to know that Dawn is in Aquatic Mine, but I'm surprised that she hasn't sort of taken a little look at that. But here we go. It looks like Dawn is just running down the clock now, and obviously getting some hit bonuses to reduce the point requirement, or the point bonuses that he'll get.
Yeah, of course, if Hedera knew where Dawn was, I think she would probably be going for Hidden Base Mission 4 A rank. Just because that'd be very easy to take up, and then still complete Hero Story in time to get the later goals.
Yeah, of course. So Dawn does get his B rank in Aquatic Mine M4. Gonna go back in there now straight away to get the A rank as well. So that's good to see, because the B ranks in the hunting stages can cause a lot of people trouble. I've seen it first hand, second hand, all kind of hands.
It is tough to get a B rank.
It's tricky.
Like, it's so easy to accidentally get an A rank. You have to really try.
And of course, the other thing about M4 B ranks is that you can't use death strats as well. You really just have to run down those point bonuses.
Yeah, check extra hints and all that.
Coming through now. Melta's still narrowly ahead of Prophet in the story, but having a little bit of trouble in Sonic 1 here. Does get the job done. But can Prophet just close that gap a little bit on Meltas? As Hedera is all the way in Eternal Engine. She's going to be
Let's
coming
see
up
if she can hit the Quan.
Can it happen? Can we get a Quan? The Queen of the Quan? Oh,
no, we're not seeing the Quan. Oh well.
Well, here we go, Dawn. Now's the time. Let's see if you can get this. It is not easy.
This piece is tricky. I've done this IL before without using the Mystic Melody. It is not easy. This is a very precise trick.
It is incredibly painful, but Dawn turning here, just not getting enough height. I wonder how much experience he's got with this. Normally like to have a little bit of momentum with you before you go for the jump.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's almost essential to get like full speed before taking the jump, and then taking the jump almost as late as possible.
It looks like
be
he's
able to get this.
It out here. Here we go. Doesn't get it.
He might need to add in a punch excel before the jump to make it possible to reach.
It's so tight. Dawn's having a really tough time here, and even if he does get it, is it going to be enough for the A rank at this point? Nice little boost there with the turnaround. It's just so tight. Dawn is banking on this, so we'll see. I really don't think this is going to be an A rank here.
This is definitely going to be a very big time sink for Dawn. Yeah, and I think we might even be past the A rank.
Turning nicely there. That was so close to actually getting it. Hedera is coming up towards the end of Eternal Engine now, and she'll load into Meteor Herd with a chance to get another goal on the board. Dawn's just really struggling here.
This really is a very tough trick.
He's obviously aware of what he has to do, but I just wonder if he has actually done this before. Oh, so close! Route 280 showdown on the bottom screens for Prophet and Melters. Who's ahead in Dark Story right now? And the other question is, what are they going for? Of course, Skyrail is on the agenda for both of these runners, so if Melters can pip Prophet to Skyrail, then... Oh, that's really interesting. I also didn't even notice that there's another Meteor Herd goal! There's 2 Meteor Herd goals on the board!
Yeah, M1 Hintless, right, and... Ooh, what's the other one?
It's 100 rings.
Oh, M1 with 100 rings. You could knock those both out at the same time.
Really could. And Dawn is just having such a tough time.
100 rings is a little tricky, though.
Yeah, not the easiest thing to do in the world. Obviously, you can dig for it. Has Dawn got it? Not
it's
yet.
her going for the sunglasses. She might even be able to pick up this mission that Dawn's going for now before he gets it. I hope Dawn does get it, though.
You don't like to see her run.
To be honest,
one thing in particular so long.
Yeah.
There's going out and about. Probably going to use these sunglasses to farm some extra rings, I'd imagine.
Oh,
Dawn
yeah.
is actually going into Mission Street now, so perhaps cutting his losses, using a little bit of Stephen Davis tactic there. Perhaps not what he wanted to do, of course, but maybe just sort of thinking, you know what, I've spent way too much time in this IL. I gotta go and get something, otherwise we could be in danger. Hedera gets another set of rings. Obviously going hintless as well, so this is going to be a little... Oh, she has a hint, so... She can't do it hintless. That's not going to count.
Maybe she's just going for rings. Maybe then
That's a possibility.
hintless afterwards. This is, of course, a very tough hintless stage because it's so big.
And the hard missions continue for Dawn, who's currently in Mission Street M2, which is everybody's favorite.
She did just pick up a Chao key.
And Melters is just slightly ahead of Prophet here. And here we go. So, this could be huge. If Melters can beat Prophet to Skyrail M3, Team Canada could be staring victory in the face. Because that would bring us up to 9-9, and Hedera is looking really, really nice to get a fair few goals here. So yeah, Hedera not going for the hintless goal at the moment.
Yeah. She is deciding to take the rings, and I can respect that decision not to go for both at once, because this is a very risky stage to be collecting rings and with all the meteors that can hit you. So you want to spend as little time as possible after you collect your 100 rings.
Prophet fumbles in Skyrail M2, and Meltus has a really, really big chance right now to get himself one step closer to that goal. This is big. This is really, really big. Meltus is going to make his way down towards these ring boxes, and that's
nice.
M2 done for Meltus. So he just needs to get M3 out of the way, and that's going to be a huge lead. And Hedera again employing the Chao strat, getting herself out of the Rouge cutscene there and just straight into Meteor Hood again to get what should be another goal. And Prophet fumbles again!
Fumbles the end of the stage, the last box to collect.
You just get the feeling, is the writing on the wall? Is this gonna be the end of Dawnsparce's winning streak? Are Hedera and Melters about to take this here? Can they do it?
I think it's definitely possible. I didn't expect this to be the outcome, but I'm thinking Team Canada has a really solid chance of winning.
Both Dawn and Prophet are just having torrent, absolutely terrible times in their respective ILs at the moment. Does get M2, but it's not going to be enough because Melters has swept that away from Prophet there. It's a 10-9 lead with only a few goals to go. How is this going to turn out? Because Hedera has Hintless in the bag and is going to get Final Rush before Dawn, you would think. That is only going to be 12.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Hedera does need to get at least one more IL, but Melters, it's just emblems time now. You know, it's just time for Melters to get some emblems down. You could be correct in what you said, Jazz. It could be coming down to 80 emblems, but Dawn needs to get every single remaining IL ahead of Hedera when she does exit out to start getting them. And that's a big ask. That is a really, really big ask. Obviously, he's got the lead in Mission Street and Aquatic Mine right now, so it's gonna come down. But Hedera has the sunglasses, remember?
Yeah, the sunglasses. I was saying earlier, Hedera could go back and sweep Aquatic Mine all missions.
Oh no! I was watching the Twitch stream again, so I'm a little bit behind. But oh my god!
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Walk of shame now as well. Oh, it's just been such a rough time. And Prophet's in Hero Story, so going to get himself a couple of, well, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Is that the play? Because, of course, there's a couple of nice emblems to unlock early on, Wild Canyon and such, but...
Why? Yeah, why would he go to Hero Story? I'm not actually sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure on this one, but...
Are there any...
Maybe...
Are there any darks left? No.
There is no darks left, so it's just a pure emblem grind at this point for Prophet and Dawn.
So Prophet should just be going for pure emblems at this point.
Unless Prophet has an eye on Aquatic Mine. But there we go. Prison Lane, Mission Street M3 is all Dawnsparce's. Here we go then. 11-10 to Team Canada at the moment. And Hedera did get the hintless goal as well. So it's just going to be when Hedera gets the final rush here. And, well. Do you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right in saying that this is... Dawn's going into story? Oh, to go and get hidden base. Right, I see.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna be the play for Dawn. If he doesn't get hidden base mission 4 A rank before Hedera does, it's kind of all over.
There's a lot for Dawn to do here if he wants to get his team back level here, because Hedera could just go and get hidden base, of course, right now, but absolutely nothing wrong with the decision to go and get final rush.
That would be the smart play. She has plenty of time to like delay final rush because Dawn is so far behind. But I'm not sure how I don't know if she knows how far behind Dawn is. So
No problem.
Dawn
yeah.
also, it's worth noticing, although Dawn has the advantage, he was really struggling with that aquatic mine feast grab. So unless he's figured something out, unless he's got a different approach in mind going back into that stage, it's still firmly in Hedera's favor at the moment with that sunglasses upgrade. Dawn needs to race his way through Route 101, hidden base, and just about everything else, really, if this is going to happen. Team Canada are looking really, really good right now. But 5 hidden animals in Final Rush. If Hedera has watched the patented Blue One video tutorial, then she will know that you can get those animals before you even need to do final FR skip. Or rather,
Oh
you can
wow.
I think you can get one just after FR skip and then die and go back to do it. So we'll see.
That would be
Take a look
quite
at
the
it.
play.
Let's take a look at Hedera's route now. See how well she knows this. Coming up back here, so yeah, it looks like she knows.
That's one.
There is another. I know another animal is a bit further up on that left platform, so looks like she knows where a fair few of them are. Coming on down here to get her second, but I think you may have missed one. Oh, that's an interesting angle. Is the gravity skew gonna mess her up a little bit here? She looks okay.
Looking good.
Meanwhile, Dawn has just finished up Route 101. Prophet in Prison Lane of all places right now.
Ooh, that was a very scary rail switch.
Prophet being in Prison Lane is confusing me. Like, he is obviously trying to get as many emblems as possible and give himself as many avenues as possible, but is this the play? Is this really the way to do it? I'm not sure. Because, you know, some of these early hero stages are a bit of a time sink compared to just going and getting what you can for the time being. Melters is definitely going to be ahead on the emblem count, but then Dawn is going to be much further ahead on the emblem count for his team, is the thing to keep in mind.
They are getting a nice wall run.
Yeah, coming up good here. Hedera gets her fourth
That's
animal.
the fourth animal.
If Hedera loads into Hidden Base, once this is done, is that curtains for Dawn? We'll find out. Or
Dawn is
Hedera's
on
still
mission
there.
1, right?
Dawn is just loaded into mission 1, yeah.
Okay. Hedera just needs to finish the stage now.
She has 5 animals.
If she finishes the stage before Dawn and then loads into Hidden Base, that would be the play.
Dawn needs to really hope that... Oh, a death from Hedera there. Not a terrible one, but still no... never a good time to get one of those. It's just going to be every little tiny thing that adds up that Dawn is going to need here. Coming towards the end of Hidden Base now, or rather about the midpoint, I should say. Hedera looking clean here towards the end of Final Rush. Coming up now. Oh, this is tense. This is really, really tense. How is this going to play? Is Hedera going to snipe Dawn to both of these? Dawn just needs to finish the stage and get out of there. ASAP. And also, trust in the fact that he has a better hidden base than Hedera, because I think this is going to be Hedera exiting out first.
Oh, absolutely.
Here we go.
This is gonna be a Hidden Base race.
It really is going to be a hidden base race. And Prophet is sticking it in Hero Story. I'm not sure about this choice, but it could pay off. I may be completely off the ball on this one, but we'll see. We'll see. Prophet, I think, is banking on one on Dawn getting this hidden base race, and two, oh, that is something that adds up a little bit. Hedera has to wait 6 seconds to exit out in Shadow, which she is going now. So here we go. Is it hidden base? Is it aquatic mine? It's aquatic
Oh, she's
mine!
going for aquatic mine. This is actually a brilliant. I don't know if it's the right play, but it's a good play because
Where's Dawn
she
going?
has
Where
the
is Dawn
ability
going?
to get that mission 4.
Dawn's going to hidden base though. That could be it.
Oh
That
my
could be curtains,
gosh.
actually, because Hedera is going to make her way through these levels much quicker than Dawn is able to with the sunglasses. This might be it.
Absolutely, yeah. The sunglasses are going to make the difference here. Just the fact that she has them will be able, she'll be able to finish Mission 5.
This is surely it, right? There's no way that Hedera takes that long as it takes Dawn to get through all of these hidden bases and also get that piece grab in this stage. Hedera gets MC out of the way. Dawnsparce are looking at their first defeat of the season here. It is going to be 7-1, you have to think, barring a complete disaster from Wall of Hedera in these final few ILs.
Yeah, for sure. The aquatic mine ILs are really fast, so they're gonna go by really quick. They're some of the quickest in the game, actually.
Hedera, one of the biggest upsetters in the Dark Story tournament recently. Is she about to whip up another upset here, along with her teammate Melters, who of course did get a couple of upsets of his own? You know? So here we go, Hedera just cruising through. I think this is it. You've got to think so, right?
Oh, I think so, yeah. But she just needs to get 2 more missions A rank, and A rank is free, of course, so...
Yeah, and obviously, they've done this all themselves as well. You know, this hasn't just been Dawnsparce sort of fumbling a little bit. Obviously, there's been a few mistakes from all 4 runners at certain points in the race, but Hedera and Melters have really done well for themselves here. Absolutely just crushed it. And a free piece up top from Hedera as well. Goes from good to even better. And we're looking at the finish line. This is huge, and I tell you who is going to be watching this with one eye is Deku and Drum, who of course are the other team who have gone on such a heavy winning streak. They're going to be looking at this and really licking their lips in the sense that that'll give them a huge cushion to sit on in terms of their position at the top of the league right now.
What an amazing race. I'm so glad this was my debut for commentary.
Yeah.
It was
What a great one
very
to pick.
good.
But here we go. Wall of Hedera at the very finish line of this race. The 13th goal is in her hands. She's making her way down to this piece. That's piece 1. And it's almost a victory lap, you gotta say, because there's no way that anybody is touching this stage right now. Hedera has this in her hands, coming up towards that piece, which caused so many issues for Dawn. She's just gonna use her sunglasses, grab it nice and easily, and make her way over to this last piece of the puzzle.
That's
To
it.
spell
It's over.
and 7 for Dawnsparce's record. The winning streak comes to an end, and Wall of Hedera and Melters sign off their season in style. With, you could say, one of the biggest upsets of the season so far. That is huge.
Incredible. Wow. That was amazing. It really just did come down to the sunglasses, and Dawn
100%.
trying to get that piece without the sunglasses really just cost him the entire game.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, and Hedera sticking it in Hero Story the whole time just worked out, you know? Absolutely fantastic stuff. So here we go. Let's get our guys in here and see how they're doing. Melters and Prophet have agreed to the interview, so we'll bring those guys on in. How are you doing, guys? After
Oh
that?
man,
Good. That was a fun match.
GG! Oh my god.
Incredible
Like,
match, of course.
so chat this. Like, I feel like we were sniping each other left and right. Was that accurate?
It was so back and forth to start with. It was just go, go, go. There wasn't a moment where anybody was running away with it at all. You know, it was 1-1, 2-1, 2-2.
Oh, I got it
2-3.
now. Of course.
Oh no!
Oh, Dawn. it was.
I've literally
crushing
never
seeing
even
it.
tried this before.
It is really hard. It's a very hard strategy.
It's
Yeah.
incredibly hard.
If I could have gotten this
So-
before, it would have come down to hidden base. Damn.
It
Mhm.
really would
Yeah.
have. If you got that, yeah.
Hedera loading into Aquatic Mine. Obviously, we thought it was going to come down to hidden base, but then Hedera with the brain to go into Aquatic Mine,
Yeah.
and go and get those goals. But just what a race in general, you know. Hedera and Melters, you guys have got to be on top of the world right now. Go ahead.
So I wanna explain. So my strategy, and I was talking to Hedera about this before. It was crazy to skip Rouge's Mystic Melody, and I ended up getting a 26 Dry Lagoon and like a 27 Egg Quarters, and I think that like really carried me like throughout because I skipped the Egg Quarters mission entirely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
skipping that upgrade allowed you to get the 2 Chao box goal in Sand Ocean, which is a really good play, I think.
Yeah, Prophet, did you end up going for the sandwalking or were you going for the Chow boxes?
No, I was going with the chat box because I didn't know what was happening with you. Like, I don't know if I'd sniped you to Mr. Melody. I realized straight away when you clicked the Sand Ocean goal that I was in trouble and that I'd made a mistake there. Because not only did I get that, I then had really bad RNG. Like, I took like 3 resets and got a 43.
Oh wow.
And then I died at the end of Radical Highway, and I was like, I'm in trouble. And then it took me like a minute and a half of digging to get the magnetic shield in headquarters. I was like, story wise, I've got no hope.
I will tell you though, you did snipe me to Dry Lagoon M3. Like I was about to click it off, and boom, it's yellow.
Yeah, so as soon as I saw you hit Lost Colony M2, because I'd loaded into Lost Colony M2, I saw you hit that, went straight to Dry Lagoon. I was like, I need to stop him getting this one. I messed it up at first, and I thought it was going to be close now, but then yeah, I'm glad I managed to get at least one off you.
It was just so close the entire time. Like Melters and Prophet. Actually, after that, obviously the Dry Lagoon, not Dry Lagoon, sorry, the Egg Quarters and such. Obviously, Melters kind of raced into a bit of a lead, but after the ILs, it was just you guys weren't more than I want to say a few seconds apart of each other for the entirety of the rest of the race.
Oh man.
And Skyrail M3, obviously the M2 didn't go super as planned for Prophet, but that was the only real, that was it basically.
I'll tell you what happened in the M2 Melters. I did the route perfectly, got to the end, and then the homing attack missed the box, and I fell off the stage.
Oh my god, like I was so nervous that entire time. I'm thinking in my head, like, Prophet cannot be like that far away. And I'm like, and I'm messing up M3 as well. I don't know if you guys saw that. And I'm like, oh my god, this is it. It's gonna be yellow. It's gonna be yellow. But then I clicked it and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. Oh man. You know what was really interesting though? Like this hero was so interesting. Like
yeah, this hero board was insane. It was so
crazy.
hard to tell like what Dawn was doing at any given moment. Just because like there's no linear goals at all.
Such a weird board, right? You know, I mean, like the dark goals were there, but for hero, it was such a like plan out your route and just kind of bank on what the other person's doing.
Yeah, my plan was just to get like, because I think like if I was able to get the Aquatic Mine one, it would have been like 7 for me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's a pretty big lead in the hero side if I'm able to do it. And then I can just leave the late game goals. But getting this piece, I should have practiced this before. Now that I'm doing it, it's like it's not terrible, but it's still like
no.
I feel a lot better about it now.
Yeah, it's very tough. Like, and that's what I was saying. Like, it was like part of our strategy to get the sunglasses, go into Meteor Herd, and just get that first, so we don't have to worry about that really tough execution.
Yeah, I really wanted to do the Meteor Herd M1 and like try to go for both the rings and Hintless at the same time.
Yeah,
I thought that would have been really fun.
That was really
interesting. It was just an interesting one because it was obviously Dawn. You were kind of like going along with that sort of unlock a few ILs, go and get the few ILs. Whereas Hedera just kind of
fast.
Yeah, Hedera just kind of stuck in there for the whole time.
Yeah, because like I went for Green Forest M3 because like I knew I had to contest at least some of his missions that he was going for. But like as soon as I saw him click it off, I was like, nope, I cannot contest any more missions. Back to story. Goodbye.
And it worked out.
That turned out to be a great choice because you got the sunglasses and ended up picking up that Aquatic
I
Mine.
honestly, I was counting on him Steven Davising me there and going for hidden base that whole time.
Yeah.
He kind of did, but not through his own choice.
Yeah. I should have just left and like had that been my strat. Because I was pretty not confident with it.
Because to be honest, like it was so interesting. I mean, obviously, Aquatic Mine M4 B rank wasn't an issue at all. But like, I was talking to Hedera, like, Hedera, what about the B ranks? Pull up the B rank sheet. Where's the B ranks? And it's like,
I don't have it anymore. I need to re-download it. It's sad.
Analysis. Just
yeah.
man.
But yeah, I'm looking over these goals, and I don't have a whole lot more that I can think about. Let me see.
Well, I mean, of course, that's it for you guys now. You know, that's 10 out of 10. That's all matches done, and obviously,
done.
Hedera, you've got both of you runners actually have a decent little history of sparking a few upsets. Obviously, this one is going to be right up there for you guys, I'm sure. How are you just kind of feeling about your performance in the Bingo League as a whole?
Hedera, you can back me up here. Like, we were talking about, like, if we refaced like our previous opponents, like, we wish we could, because it would be an entirely different story.
So much better now.
Like the event crew, Team TGU, like, right, Hedera?
Yeah. Like, I definitely feel like we've gotten a lot better at like bingo and planning our strategies and whatnot over the course of this whole thing.
You guys have been one of the teams to watch for sure in terms of just progression and just getting better and better as the season has gone on. So it's been really, really fun watching you guys. And if playoffs do go ahead, because we're still kind of figuring that out, then obviously got a really strong shot getting in there, I would think, and would love to see you guys back again on the screens. But
what did the standings turn out to be for them?
In terms of wins and losses?
That's
6-4.
6-4? Dang, yeah. I mean, I agree. Definitely improved over the course of the league.
Obviously, Dawn and Prophet, you know, first loss of the season. You've gone really, really ham in terms of just like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a juggernaut, just sweeping teams aside. Obviously, the remaining games against who have you got left to play? Is it
Team 7
and Lexi Piner?
Clippers? Yeah.
So it's going to be two hard matches, yeah.
Yeah, how are you sort of feeling about those coming up, of course, you know, because...
Do you know what? Everyone has an off day. We've had ours. It's out of the way now. We can go back to playing like we know we can. Even gods bleed, you know?
I believe in you guys. Although I will say, Prophet, it wouldn't be the first time I beat you in bingo. Although...
You did beat me in the nightmare match.
Choice words before the game, of course. Melter's kind of a bingo specialist, you gotta say.
I hate how consistent I am at this M5 thing now.
Never miss it again. Never again.
Don, you got this. I believe in you guys in your next goals.
But yeah, I feel like if we played a little bit better, we could have had this one. But yeah, shout out to Hedera and Melters. Actually did great in this. Excited to see playoffs if that does end up happening.
Yeah, I really hope they do. I'd be hyped.
100%.
Maybe we can get a rematch.
Could happen. On that note, our next match isn't scheduled until 5 p.m. Eastern, so we've still got a fair little bit of time before that comes up. So I'd imagine that for the time being, I think we're probably going to go offline and come back a little bit later.
Smile.
Rematch? Not if it takes as long as this one.
Salty run back. Let's go.
Well, but I think probably for the time being, we're going to go and say hello to somebody else just to kind of keep us tied over until 5 p.m. But we'll be back later for Lexi and Piner up against Blug and Vox, so that'll be a really good match to see how Lexi and Piner continue their strong start and whether Blug and Vox can give them a pretty tough time, as we've seen them do some other teams in this league so far. But for the time being, yeah, I guess if we're going to raid, the winners get to choose. So Hedera and Melters, where are we off to?
Hedera, do you have a preference?
No, not particularly.
Am I allowed to raid Trader?
Yeah, of course.
Yes, Canada. Team Canada.
Canada.
It's gotta raid Canada, of course.
All right, then.
This is the Canadian raid right here. All right, here we go. I'm so happy.
Raid.
Thank you.
Everybody say Canada.
Yeah, everybody say Canada or Canadian raid.
Tell Trader I said hi.
If anybody wants to say any goodbyes or any final words just before we sign off. But yeah, that should be just about it from me. Thanks, Jazz, for being on commentary. Really fun having you.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoyed it.
All right, then. Well, we will be off to raid. We'll be back here at 5 p.m. Eastern for Blue Gun Box against Lexi and Piner. Be there for it. Can't wait to see you all. In the meantime, go say hello to Traitor, and we'll be back soon. So yeah, have a good day, gamers. See you soon.